Hey everyone, Brian and Brian here from Grimdark Filthy Casuals, and today we will be bringing you a 2,000 point competitive ITC battle report with my Grey Knights and Brian's Space Wolves. We're going to be playing Mission 1 Seize Ground. Brian, would you like to tell us a little bit about your army?
Sure. The list is essentially double battalion. It's 2,000 points on the nose, which is always fun to do. And it's really broken down into three main parts. Now, the first element of the list is designed to move out, take ground, and really hold the board. And that's really accomplished by the 4 impulsors and the 4 intercessor squads that accompany them.
What are these little probe droids on top of them?
So the droids are acting as shield domes today.
Shield domes, okay.
Which really turn the impulsors up a notch. I started out with 2 of them and very quickly realized I need to buy more of these.
Seems like a very impulsive decision.
Absolutely. So the impulsors get in your lines, they're tying up units, they're really disrupting the opponent's plan. Meanwhile, they're delivering the intercessors to the objectives and to the opponent's lines. The second main element of the list is really the deep strike threat, right? It lets me be very flexible along with the mobility that the impulsors provide, as well as really making the opponent feel uneasy sitting near their edges of the board and uncomfortable in where they're at. Because essentially the 2 Bloodclaw squads over here that come in, each one have a Terminator in there, but because of their Bloodclaw charge and Shock Assault, each one's putting out 4 Thunderhammer attacks on the charge that's hitting on 3s, which can be very devastating. And then the real heavy hitters in the list really come down to the 2 characters here with jump packs and the Thunderhammers and Storm Shields, which are just fast enough to be where you need them to be, and they hit hard enough to really kill almost anything you need in the game. Being able to fight twice and fight on death. Make sure you're going to get what you need out of them.
Those guys terrify me.
Yeah. Probably almost as much as the Wolfen do, which I know you're a big fan of.
Shaking in my boots right now.
So nothing really in the game is as vicious as these guys are in combat. Now the trick is usually getting them there.
Right.
But really on the battlefield they have such a huge presence that your opponent is going to be forced to move away or around them sometimes.
What, 18-inch threat range or something like that?
Yeah, and the nice thing is most people will be a little overly cautious when facing them because the cost of getting them in your lines is just absolutely devastating. And then really it's about the list trying to basically encircle, constrict, and ultimately destroy the opponent in close combat.
I know one thing this list does very well is it comes at you with those impulsors, but then it also kind of pincer move with all the deep striking and outflanking elements.
Yeah, I would say traditionally I would prefer more of some shooting elements, which are still critical even if you're running a close combat list, but my list, for example, would be very susceptible to a flyer list. However, sometimes you have to...
Dread Knights can fly, so I think you're okay today.
Yeah, sometimes you have to go a little all in on a strategy. I think especially if, maybe you're playing a little bit behind with your codex and whatnot. So the Smash Captain, the Smash Battle Leader, they can handle some of that load, but realistically, we're just going in and taking whatever we can on the ground.
And we are playing this prior to the release of Saga of the Beast.
Yeah, so, or Saga of the Space Wolves.
Saga of the Space Wolves.
We know who's going to win.
We have an inkling of who might win. The Eldar. Okay. So thanks for going over your list.
Yeah, why don't you tell me a little about these Silver Knights here.
Silver Knights here. So they're not really gray. It might be a little bit of a misnomer. So today, 2,000 points on the nose. We have a battalion made up of 3 strikes, 2 Grand Masters, and then we also have Supreme Command Detachment. And in the Supreme Command, we'll have Drago, I believe the Librarian, and a Chaplain. We'll be heading that out. And so really what this list does is, I don't think it's the most optimal version list, but it does take advantage of the Tide of Convergence as well as Tide of Escalation. So each one of the strike squads we have 2 Psy Cannons and we have 1 Side Lincer in here. We have both the Interceptors and the Paladins that can take advantage of Psybolt ammunition. And then the Purgation Squad, which really is one of my favorite units. For 90 points-ish, you tuck them away, give them Astral Aim, and they're just able to do a lot of work for 90 points.
There's really nothing they can't kill.
There's literally nothing that they cannot kill on the tabletop. D3+1, if you use the Bring Down the Beast stratagem, that's really helping you out with those reroll wounds.
Yeah, I think the Reavers will have something to say about
that. Well, hopefully they don't have something to say, but I know you've played this list a couple of times, Brian, and you're well versed with what it can do. I'm hopefully going to be able to do a couple of different tricks that he hasn't seen yet, so stay tuned for that. But essentially what this list wants to do is, for the first 2 turns, because I really don't have too many command points to use, take advantage of Psybolt and Psychic Onslaught to whittle away either the front screen, take down some heavy targets, and then try to move into, my heavy smites, going into that tide of escalation there to get into characters, get into some of the, hopefully the Wolfen will be dealt with before that, but we'll see. But that's the list. Looking forward to getting another match with you. I did make one change from the last time. So prior to, I usually had the Sanctic Shard on the Librarian, and my overcockiness with getting off Warp Charge 5 and 6 spells, I decided to give him the Librarian, the Artificial Matrix Nullifier, whatever it's called.
I promise he can read.
Yeah, well, he promises. I'm not promising that. And then I'm going to give the Sanctic Shard actually to the Apothecary that I have in the list, and he's going to have, I believe I either have him with Edict or Armored Resilience. I'll have to double check that. But the idea there is now I'll have two sources of a little bit more security with getting my spells off. So it takes me down 1 CP, but I think it's well worth it.
Yeah, I think so too.
All right. Well, Brian, it's going to be a good time. Good luck.
See you out there on the battlefield. All right, so now we're going to roll for who will be the attacker and who will be the defender. A pretty big roll for both of these armies.
I know I would prefer to go second in this case.
Yeah, going second in ITC is very powerful, and especially when both of our armies are going to have a lot of things in Deep Strike, being able to basically counter the deployment of the other person by deploying second.
That's right.
Big for them.
Okay, well, we got the silver gray dice.
It's the handy blue gems. Here we go.
All right, here we go.
Is the choice of the path?
I will take it. I'll take second.
All right, so Space Wolves will be attacking. Now we'll roll for the mission type.
Or the map. 3. So we're going to be search and destroy table quarters.
You do have the option to re-roll it.
Ooh. And that's the center line. Yeah, you know what? I'm going to re-roll that. Let's try that again.
Final
1. Spearhead Assault. So it's going to be basically the pointy hammer and anvil, I believe. Yep. Pointy hammer and anvil.
All right.
So we'll come back at you after deployment.
All right. Well, welcome back. We're here deployed. The Space Wolves have deployed as the attackers.
As they should, though.
Yeah.
Space Wolves always attack.
Yeah, we were coming here to see, this sort of failed attempt at Stonehenge here, and we got interrupted by the Inquisition to come in.
It's what we do best.
Yeah. So
Get in your business.
prior to deployment, we did talk about choosing our secondary. So for myself, as Space Wolf, I have to take Bound for Glory. It's so cool. So that will be on the Warlord here, the Smash Wolf Lord here, who will have the ability. He has Saga of the Hunter to advance and charge, and then if he successfully completes the charge at the end of the phase, it'll become an aura, allowing the rest of my army to do so.
Make sure that doesn't happen.
Yeah, it'll be in the following turn, so we'll see.
Okay.
As well, I know I have to get through the Paladins, so I'm choosing Gangbusters. If I kill 8 of the 10, I get through all 4 points of that. And then finally, I'm going to want to take the fight to him. It can be pretty easy for me to take units and put them in his deployment zone, so I chose Recon. Or correction, sorry. I chose Behind Enemy Lines as the final secondary for myself. I really like the change to it, how you score it at the end of your turn. It becomes much more manageable, much more realistic.
It's a nice secondary to pick now.
Yeah, absolutely.
Awesome. All right, so for myself, the secondaries that I ended up picking were Behind Enemy Lines. I think it makes sense because I know he's going to want to take the fight to me, and I have the ability to gate. So I should be able to find some places to hide some strike squads, so hopefully I'll be able to max on those secondaries. Took Big Game Hunter because he does have 4 impulsors, and while they are very difficult to kill, if I don't kill them, they're just going to be in my lines, interrupting me all game long. So I do have a lot of D3 damage, and I do have Nemesis Dread Knights, and as well as the ability to like Psybolt or Psychic Onslaught. So that should be manageable. And then the last one, which might be a little bit of a trap, is Headhunter, because he does have characters, but his characters do want to get to me. So I should be able to, ideally, either smite them off or, get at them. So those were the secondaries I picked. My Warlord trait is going to be on this Grandmaster Nemesis Dread Knight, who's in the Teleportarium. He's going to have First to the Fray. I do have 2 relics. One relic is going to be on this Apothecary here. Yep, the Apothecary is going to have the Sanctic Shard. And then the Librarian here is going to have the Artificer Nullifier Matrix Thingamajigger, whatever it is. The reason being is the last time that we played, I got way overconfident on these Warp Charge 5, Warp Charge 6 spells. I probably missed like 2 or 3 or 4 of them. So
I planned it to happen.
It's exactly that and Captain Belmont. They had it in for me that game. So I decided to say, let's spend an extra CP to try to give myself some extra assurance on getting some critical spells off.
Yeah, because the psychic phase is very, very important for the
Absolutely, absolutely. Now, in terms of psychic spells, I do have a lot of redundancy here for a couple of reasons. One, I think what's critical for my game plan really is Astral Aim, Edict Imperator. Those are critical for me to be able to get firepower without taking a lot in return. The terrain favors me, I think, in this matchup, which is great. There's a couple of magic boxes that we have here, some nice line of sight blocking terrain as well, so that'll be good. The other kind of abilities that I'm going to need to really rely upon are Gate of Infinity, I think is going to be a really big one for me. And then, changing my tides between convergence and escalation, I think is going to be key. The way that I have deployed, so I do have a squad of interceptors into this magic box here. I deployed a little bit heavier on this side, and you can kind of see a little bit of a screen of the paladins. So my overall game plan, I know Brian's listening, but we're good like that, is to try to force him to deploy either behind me or in front of me, either hit a wall of paladins, which I can intercept, and then I can kind of take to the middle of the field a little bit. So I'm going to be playing the long game, trying to be a little bit more patient until he drops in, try to deal with those things, and hopefully gain some ground on turns 4 through 6. That's the game plan.
Yeah, and then the center box and ammo crates are actually very interesting because it's a disadvantage for infantry because I can't charge through them. So the big thing is I have my Wolfing and Deep Strike as well with the Blood Claws to give me a little bit of a backup in case they sort of don't make that charge to really sort of pressure this sort of backfield.
Exactly right.
As the attacker, there's a little bit of a disadvantage for one ITC scoring, but as well, really, I'm going to have to be reactive to your strike squads as well, which will be difficult to do. So we'll see what those Faithfuls can pull off.
All right. Should be a good game. All right, Brian. Let's do it.
Let's do it.
Have a great one. So before we started the battle round, I chose to be in the Tide of Escalation for extra smite damage, and my litany was the Resuscitation of Projection for 6-inch additional range on the Purgation Squad.
Board control, we're going to get the bonus point this turn because we do hold 4 objectives for ITC scoring. We're going to be within 3 of the closest point of the objective, so we can measure here sort of from the edges. Now, it is a bit of an uphill battle, especially as attacker against the Grey Knights. There's sort of 3 things I really have to worry about at the beginning of the games. I really kind of want to dwindle down the Paladin squad, the Interceptors, and I do have to worry a little bit about the Purgation squads because really they're going to be doing the most damage to my vehicles. If I can whittle them down so it's ineffective CP wise for him to really get the extra damage out, it'll be sort of a big boon to my army. However, with the layout and with the style of the mission, we do have to sort of be aggressive here. And I'm really sort of hoping that I force him to have to use Astral Aim here to attack one of the impulsors here and take them out. I do want to try to get him to spend some CP to basically crack open these transports, and then we'll see what we can get set up at turn 2 before all the strike teams are wired.
That sounds good.
So the impulsor that advanced is going to fire at the Dreadnought for 7 shots. Hitting on 4s because it did advance, re-rolling 1s.
Tough at 6.
So winning on 5s, re-rolling 1s because the battle leader is hanging out there. He directs him, but it is only 1 wound. There's no AP.
So 2 up.
He's good. Okay, the next impulsor will shoot. Doing 8 shots. We'll be hitting on 3s. Rolling the 1. Excellent shooting. And let's see what we can do for wounds. Re-rolling the 1. So we got 2 wounds again. No AP.
All right. And 2 ups again.
Tis.
All right, 2 seems to be the lucky number right now. Hopefully that's not my psychic roll.
Yeah, this leaves more wounds for me to take out in close combat. So
That's right.
and that'll conclude my turn. I will score hold 1, and I will score the bonus.
That's right, it's 4, not 5 now.
Yeah.
Oh, you got me on that one. Very nice. Good job, Brian. On to Grey Knights, turn 1. Okay, so Grey Knight's movement phase. A couple of things that I wanted to try to do. I wanted to try to get some line of sight from some characters to be able to get some 2 damage smites in. So the Paladins will have some line of sight, the Grandmaster, the Chaplain, Drago will have some line of sight. I was able to move the Paladins out just a little bit so that they can get some shots in, rejigged a little some of the stuff over here, back there. And then I shunted the Interceptors back there into that magic box. So there's a nice little gap that'll get me behind enemy lines. my thought process there is hopefully, fingers crossed, they'll be able to get astral aim off, and with some good luck and some shooting, they might be able to take out that impulsor there and threaten that back objective. So we'll move on to the psychic phase. All right, so we're starting the psychic phase.
Yeah, and at the start of the psychic phase, Space Wolves do have a stratagem for Talismanic Shield, which I was spending 1 CP to give my Warlord a chance to deny. Because part of the strategy against Grey Knights is really paying attention to what powers are on what units.
Which we have listed out on our wonderful scoreboard, high tech we have here.
And, you know, in this case, the goal is if I can lock you into Tide of Escalation, and stop you from getting to your bonuses to all your side bolts. It's my best chance of really keeping my pulses alive this turn, and really that's what I'm going.
I think it's a good shot. All right,
so that puts me down to 6 CP, and we'll see.
All right,
the Wolflord can be bound for greatness.
Bound for greatness. All right, so we're going to start off with the Grandmaster here. We're going to start off with Sanctuary, and that's going to go on himself. So let's see if we get that Sanctuary. No, he is not going to get Sanctuary. Okay, so now we're going to go...
Just as planned.
Just as planned. Superior Grey Knight psychic abilities. He's going to cast Smite, and I actually think that might be closer.
Yeah,
it looks to be closer. All right, so it's going to go up to 5. Aha! Also, just as planned. So let's see. I think I'm actually out of range of that. Yes, he's out of range. Okay, so we're just going to eat that. 4. Of course, good 3, so we're going to take.
Displaying the psychic might of your silver knights.
We're off to a great start, but I do take 2 damage.
I do take my 2 more wounds.
All right, so then we're going to start with the Chaplain. He's also going to smite, and you can see that impulsor there. Goes off on a 5, that also goes off. And then Drago is also going to smite there. And that also goes off on an 8.
All right, let's take 4 wounds. It is down to 7.
All right. So next we're going to cast Astral Aim from Drago onto the Purgation Squad. That does go off, so he now they have Astral Aim. So they can shoot in the shooting phase without line of sight, and they will ignore cover. All right, let's see here. And then we're going to do Armored Resilience from the Apothecary onto the Paladin Squad. And that's going to go out on a 6, but I do have +2 for this. So +2, which now gives me a 5, and I don't think that goes off, actually. Yeah, so that does not go off. I can reroll failed tests, so I will do that with the Sanctic Shot. So that does go off barely on a 6. These 2s are exactly what I'm hoping for. So you have Armored Resilience. Would you like to try to deny?
It's my best chance to deny realistically coming up, but I still need to lock you into...
Yeah,
so
I think so.
Okay. We're bound for greatness. We're not going for the safe play here.
Okay, so now that we have Armored Resilience, we are going to cast Imperium Domination. That's going to go from the Librarian, and then I need a 7. I do have a +2 on that. Okay, so that gets me...
Take your smelly command point.
So I'm going to go up to 9 command points right now. We are going to cast Warp Shaping now. So you might as well leave that at 8, because I am going to spend 1 CP to cast it on 3d6, and then take the highest 2.
Alright, won't stop me.
So it's still very doable. And I will raise that by 1, so this is essentially a 7.
Okay. Isn't it... Oh, it's +2,
correct.
Alright, so looking for an 8 here. Ooh, let's say it's cocked.
Okay, we'll keep it in the tree.
We're bound for greatness!
Bound for greatness! There we go, very nice.
That's a very big break for the Space Wolves.
I'm stuck in the Tide of Escalation. So
and more importantly, that is a second point for my Warlord there.
It's doing great. Okay, so other than that, there's really not much more that I can do. I think at this point in time, I'm not going to cast Edict Imperator because there's really no benefit in me doing that now as opposed to in the shooting phase. So let's see if we can get anything done here. Moving on to the shooting phase. All right, so we're going to start my shooting phase, and I will start out with, I'm going to shoot all of the Grandmaster shots into that impulsor right there.
Both guns?
Both guns are going to go into that. So these are going to be hitting on 3s because I moved, rerolling 1s. Okay, so let's take out these 2s here. Let's roll these 1s. Okay.
The Dread Knights are really nice how they work with escalation without having to spend CP.
Right. toughness 7, correct?
That's correct.
Okay, so these are going to be on 4s, these are going to be on 5s. So let's see here. So not too many. You're going to have 2 at -2 and 1 at nothing.
Okay, the 2 at -2 fail, and the 1 at nothing is okay.
So those 2 at -2 are going to be 4 damage.
Total?
4 damage total, correct.
Okay, and that was on this.
Correct.
Correct. It is down to 3. Still alive.
Still alive. We'll put the.
Very badly burned.
We're going to put the chaplain's bolter shots into there. Hitting on 2s, rolling everything because of Drago. Okay, and then winning on 5s. 1.
Your star bolter means nothing. We're going to count that or roll that one. It means nothing, I don't care. Yeah, look at that, even better.
Alright, Drago will do the exact same thing. He'll put his bolter shots into there. Okay, we're rolling for his aura.
Ineptitude.
Ineptitude, winning on 5s. You got 1. Ooh, okay, very nice. Aha, just as I suspected. We can't see very much. So what we will do though, however, is... Okay, so they are within range of 24, and I'm going to get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm going to get 5 paladins shooting into that impulsor there. So, and bolter discipline will get them 4 shots each. So I'll be right back with some dice. So they are not within Drago's range because I did not have a good foresight. So just please. Now I think the important thing here is, now that I'm shooting, I'm also going to spend 2 CP on Bring Down the Beast on that impulsor there. But these will got 5s. So you will have, oh, not bad. You're going to have 5 armor saves to make.
For 3s. And we are okay.
Nice, alright. So the Purgation Squad is going to shoot with Astral Aim into that impulsor there. They are within 6 inches of Drago and they did not move, so they will be hitting on 3s and rolling everything.
30-inch range. Very nice.
It is nice. You know, honestly, I found that the resuscitation and projection to be the more powerful of the litanies right now because granites are everything 24 inches in range. Yeah. That extra 6 inches makes a big difference. Okay. Okay, so these are going to be wounding on 5s now, re-rolling all the failed.
I mean, it's not really a beat, so I don't know. Maybe that's
Okay, so let's see these here. There, I'm going to re-roll some.
That's 6 so far.
And not too much better, but there we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 10. You'll have 10 saves at -1.
All right. Looking for those 4s. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You get 5 through, sir.
Okay, so let's see. These are going to be D3 damage each. So you're going to have, that's pretty good, 9, 10, 11.
That's just enough to destroy it. Does it explode? It does not explode. Now, really, we should get everyone out, roll, but since there's real no danger, this will save time. I'll roll for the 6 people trying to get out there now. Ooh, I do drop 2.
We'll take it. So we were able to take out that 1 impulsor, which does get me a kill. That will get me the kill more, hopefully. Fingers crossed.
I didn't kill anything.
But I think that's going to be the end of my shooting phase. So let's move on to the charge phase. Okay. All right. So start of the charge phase now, and I really only have 2 charges here to declare. I will declare a charge from the Grandmaster here into basically both of the impulsors and the Wolf Lord and the Battle Leader.
Yeah, there's really no fear of Overwatch there, and then they're probably going to.
Except you're going to
into you.
Oh yeah, you can't throw the crack grenade.
But only 6 inches.
6 inches.
So I'm out of grenade range.
So God, he always hits with those crack grenades every time. Okay, and then the other charge I will declare, I'm going to try to take, I think it's what, a 10-inch charge to get to the...
Yeah, a 10 will get you within an inch. Now, I was very deliberate in how I got my units out of the explosive repulsor here, or correction, impulsor here, because I am giving you a little tasty treat with the intercessor squad here. However, the battle leader is out of charge range, so he can't be declared as a target, meaning if they are charged, he can heroically intervene for free and fight without risk of
Right.
death.
So that's a really savvy move from Brian. And my thought process here was, it would be nice to make that charge because then I have an opportunity to hold that objective. It's not really going to mean much this turn, but the alternative is he can come into me next turn, and that's basically the intercessors there, and the battle leader will be able to chop me up, and I won't be able to fire Overwatch. So this at least gives me an opportunity to whittle down some of those attacks, and then the battle leader will have to eat that. All right, so let's do the Grandmaster first here.
Okay, you are playing a little bit Overwatch though. I'm just going to roll these two together for speed. Both of them are doing 2d6 Frag Storm Grenade Launcher shots. So that is a total of 3 and 5, so 8 shots total. Hitting on 6s for Overwatch, re-rolling the 1s. You give a little pep talk, see if we can convert a few more. We do get the 1.
All right.
This will be your undoing.
Undoing.
It is a wound, sir.
Ooh, okay, here we go. 2+.
All right, well that stops at 1. But bring it on, bring it on. We're bound for greatness.
All right.
Can't stop us.
So I have an affinity for failing charges against impulsors, and for those who don't know, they do have a -2 to your charge. So this is
You once failed a 1-inch charge.
I failed a 1-inch charge, and I now need, it is 3 inches to make it in, but -2, so I will need a 5. So here we go.
Gravity backwash that.
I will try to
gravity
backwash
backwash.
it. So I will re-roll this one, because I do think it's important that I get into these impulsors. So here we go. Looking for that 3.
Sorry. Oh, he got it.
We just got
it. And actually, you know, it might be a little bit best for you because clever movement here is outside of my heroic intervention range, saving him for now.
For now.
For now.
Something tells me he's going to be eating stuff next turn.
What we should do, just
So
roll
the
it and
camera-
get a 12.
The camera wasn't rolling yet, but
We swear this was a
Brian
real
did
roll. That was an
those
actual roll.
so
Yes.
I want him to make that
He
charge.
wanted me to make
I
that.
wanted
Something
him
good
to
had to
make that
happen here.
charge.
Okay. So we'll go ahead and do this. And we'll make some charge moves.
So I think there's a little mistake. That's something you could have done. Because heroic intervention does go towards the closest model. Here, with this being so far away, I can actually heroic intervene, use my 6 inches to really get around here. And depending how I pile in, I might actually be able to get back and sort of steal this objective away. But ultimately, we'll see sort of what we can do.
All right. So here's the heroic intervention.
So this here is definitely the closest model. I'll basically just use my movement to get around him here. 6-inch heroic intervention, let's face it, was definitely something
Very
very underrated. And catches a lot of people by surprise if you're not ready for it. So let's do battle.
Let's do battle. So we're going to have all the attacks on the interceptors. So now we're going to let's do our pile-ins here. Okay, so here's what I am going to do. Okay. And these guys are basically just going to pile in there, we're going to base here. Everybody's just going to move in. So the one thing that I did do here, I was able to tri-point the battle leader. So part of me wants to be stuck there to kind of keep safe from some shooting. We know we're going to eat his attacks anyway, so I'd rather eat the attacks rather than also get shot at the same point. So let's do our attacks in the fight phase. All right, so we're gonna have 24 attacks. There is one interceptor who ended up piling in closer to the battle leaders, but he's not going to be within an inch of somebody fighting the interceptor squad. So 24 attacks, hitting on 3s. Take out these 1s and 2s here.
Do your worst.
We will be wounding on 4s. All right, so we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. You're gonna get 9 at -2.
Looking for 5s. That is just enough to get the squad. Ooh, I'm tempted to do the lone wolf. It would not be a wise play here. We'll see what we have here.
All right.
But calculated, wiped the squad.
So we will consolidate now. So in our consolidation, we will move just a little bit closer. We'll be a little closer that way. I'm basically not going to get anyone else. Just a little bit there. So that'll be our consolidation. Basically, I just try to get more models within the objective.
Yeah.
The Grandmaster here is going to fight the Impulsor. He's going to get 6 attacks with the Shock Assault, hitting on 2s, re-rolling for Grandmaster. So they're all going to hit. It is Strength 10. So yeah, 3s. Okay, so we're going to have 3 saves at -3, I believe.
Shield Dome! Which we save them all.
Bossed. Alright, so we'll let the battle leader go.
Alright, 4 attacks base, 5 for being, for heroic intervention.
That's right, and the beast.
Yeah. Oh, he does miss 1, but he's mad. With a Power Axe, he'll be wounding you on 3s. That is 4 wounds at -2.
Alright.
Power Axe, I think one of the most efficient weapons in close combat.
Right, so we're looking for 5s here.
Well done.
Drop 2.
Drops 2.
Okay. Alright, would you like to fight back, sir?
Oh, I would. Use the bump up. That's what it's for. Max profile, 3 attacks. Hitting on 6s. Oh,
here we go.
Maybe Psychic Wing, I'll be able to hit on 5s. Strength 7, so no wounds.
Alright, and that's the end of Grey Knight's turn 1. So I do score a hold. I score a kill and kill more. I do have behind enemy lines, and I do get a big game hunter.
Yes. Now for this turn, I do actually get hold more. So that does tie us in the primary. I have we're tied also in the secondary. A lucky turn for the Space Wolf, really. Denying the psychic power was definitely very, very big, and has put me in a position to actually strike.
Now using the command points for that deny was huge.
Yes,
that was big. So really nice play. Let's see how turn 2 shapes out.
All right, a pretty lucky break for the Space Wolves, really getting and stopping your ability to really kill off these impulsors. You know, nice job over there, really kind of bringing back the primary. However, there is a big opportunity for me this turn.
Yep.
With the Paladins basically being pulled out of range of Drago's rerolls. The Overwatch is definitely not as scary. There's a lot of real estate here for my Deep Strikers to come in and threaten them. And also the ability to give them a -1 to wound. I had failed this turn as well. So
yep.
I can either wipe the squad or force a lot of CP usage. So I think we're going to have to basically, as Rahalsey said, hit strike, hit hard, hit fast, hit often. We're going to try and strike this live as fast as we can and as hard as we can. This side, we'll see if I feel like devoting some resources to save it with the shunt already used. Maybe shouldn't have used it. We could actually basically just leave them out to dry and probably outpace them and move forward up the board. So that is the plan for the turn. We'll see what the Space Wolves can do for turn 2.
Oh!
And one other thing we caught actually at the beginning of the turn is during the combat over here, the swirling mini, the Grey Knights got pulled a little bit out of position. So they're actually a little bit out of the deployment zone, and then for behind enemy lines, they are required to be wholly within the deployment zone. So actually we had to remove that from his point score here.
And at the beginning of the battle rounds, the litany that was chosen was the focus one, Invocation of Focus, which gives me extra AP value on my weapons, and that was on the Purgation Squad.
We'll see how much it helps them when they're dead.
Well, probably 0.
Okay, so we're essentially trying to set up a charge here on the Paladins. I have the Battle Leader and the Wolf Lord in position here to charge. As a little bit of backup if you can't make it right, I do want to charge into here, finish off this Dread Knight. But the big thing is if I can get this charge off on the Battle Leader, I can trigger the 3d6, take the 2 highest charge from Stalker Pack on these Blood Claws here, which are within 12 inches of the Wolf Inn, giving them a re-rollable charge to make it here into the Paladins. And then I have the Wolf Inn also trying to make it in another Blood Claw squad because, you know, really best Space Wolf can do Deep Strike is a 9-inch re-rolling charge. I got to give myself the best opportunities to strike here because
really well.
A lot of the defensive strats and defensive powers you have aren't here, so I'm going to force you to burn through a lot of your sort of remaining CP here, which is really sort of the strategy. The rest of the units sort of coming down are there to zone. The Reavers here are just sort of protecting my character bubble should, you know, the Battle Leader here fall in glorious combat. I'm also zoning out here on this side as well, sort of keeping this protective center, so all the strike teams are going to have to come out far from the core of my army. Now, a bonus, if I can get the charges here, can get this sort of kill here, right, I will hold this I will hold this objective as well, giving me the bonus, so it's potential for a very big payoff.
Yes.
If the luck kind of continues for the Space Wolves here.
See if it can.
Let's see what we can do. Alright, so Impulse is one of the powers you can see. I was able to basically move up here, and then being able to get out after the move has given this advantageous position for these intercessors who are going to fire down on the Purgation squad down below. So we will just do 10 rapid fire bull rapid shots. Hitting on 3s, rerolling 1s, because I do have the Wolf Lord just below, encouraging them. You know, positive thinking, positive thoughts
thinking always helps.
lead to positive actions.
Be the change you want to see.
And that's
Very nice.
very, very good. So here we go, 4 wounds at AP 1.
All right, so these are going to be on
And
4s. And I do drop 1.
Okay. We're gonna follow suit. The Impulsor will also fire its rounds at him. 2d6 shots. We'll take the 7. On 3s. And looking for 4s. Now this Impulsor is within range of the battle leader, so we get some rerolls there, but we just have 3, but no AP.
So looking for 3s. And we're
Okay.
good.
They weather the storm. This Impulsor here will fire into the Mr. Nemesis Dread Knight.
Ooh.
Oh, correction, Grandmaster Nemesis Dread Knight. 2d6 shots.
Can't
just
stop the baby carrier.
Looking at 2 hits. And 1 wound.
Okay. No AP?
No AP.
All right. And we're good, thankfully.
Now this guy is also going to
Close.
fire in here. He did advance, so he'll be hitting on 5s. 2d6 shots. Doing the 9 shots. He's like, I can do it. Watch, take notes. Looks like just a 1. But it is a wound.
Here we go.
I had high hopes for that one. But we will start off with T6.
T6.
We're going to do a crack grenade from the battle leader.
You would.
It does hit. Don't alarm you, it
Always
wounds.
wounds. All right. Minus
-1.
1. Okay, so we're looking for 3s.
Alright,
We're
it's
good.
okay. We'll do a crack grenade from the warlord there. Can reroll. He does hit on a 2 though. He's a little bit up, but he does not wound. And now we will do a plasma pistol.
Okay.
Not overcharged.
Sure.
Yeah, we're not greedy here. It does hit. It does wound.
Okay.
Looking at your 4+.
So we're looking
involved.
for 4+. And we do not
Alright,
get
it is just 1 wound.
All right, so we are now down to 8.
Okay. So now the Reavers here are gonna take some pot shots here at Drago.
You will try.
Ooh, very good shooting. 5 hits. And it is 3 wounds.
Okay.
AP1 on those heavy bolts.
So we're going for the Storm Shield. Pluses. And drop 2.
Alright.
Down 5.
Those Reavers are just gonna chill out, shoot their pistols into the ceiling. Do we dare fire our pistols into the... Yeah, we'll get them in combat. Well, that being said, that is all the shooting for me. It is time to do some charges.
All right. See you in the charge phase.
Okay, kicking off the charges, we're gonna have the battle leader, Saga of the Savage, charging into the Paladin squad. Now, 2 of them can see him, so they will get some overwatch here. One guy is definitely pointing in the wrong direction, so I think they should auto miss.
Auto miss. All right. Let's see what happens here. So we do get 2. Nothing.
No wounds.
All right.
Alright.
I'd say
Can
good
you
luck,
make
but I
it?
really don't want you to have good luck.
Oh, it is a 7-inch charge. So I'm going to use that to come right here onto the edge. Just within 12 of the blood claws here, because I will be spending 1 CP. I'm going to use Stalker Pack on this squad. So I'm going to get a 3d6 charge against the Paladins, rolling, or taking the 2 highs. I do have access to rerolls here. So this is only a 7, but they are within 12 of the wolf in here, so I will get to reroll. And I do get it on a 9.
Very nice.
Okay, now the one that really does matter, we're going to take a look at the Wolfen, see if the Wolfen can make it in. That is a 7. We will choose to use their free reroll. And that is a 9.
Nice. It's big.
Now, an interesting thing here is his paladins are actually really strung out. So one thing I will probably end up doing is actually try and hit the paladins from both ends, really limiting their ability to pile in and consolidate and even fight back. So an important thing to talk to your opponent too is let them know here that, you know, I am not basing. That will give me the ability to use my pile-ins as bonus movement, which is really incredibly powerful.
Right.
Let's see. The blood claws I will try as well.
Good rolls today.
The Space Wolves have been very, very hot today. They know they're on camera. It's the last hurrah before Psychic Awakening. Saga of the Beast. They're just like, we'll show you what we can do. Let's see. Okay. Now, what I will do here is we're going to declare a charge of Mr. Powerfist into Mr. Nemesis Dread Knight.
Okay.
So you will get some Overwatch here.
So let's do the Overwatch. We get 6 here. And we'll be re-rolling 1s. So there's 2 1s there. Alright, so we do have quite a bit of 6s here, so this is good for us. Alright, so we'll move these aside. Side cannon shot. Ooh, so you're winning on 4s. So you're going to have 3 no AP. These are D3 damage, and that's a 2 damage. Minus 2.
3 no AP. Ooh.
So
Roll your 2d3.
D3 damage. So it's going to be 5 damage.
He's down to 1. He's
Down
still
to 1.
alive. And the one at no AP?
And minus 2.
Minus 2. Look at his 4 up invuln. That will kill him.
Knock him down in Overwatch. Very nice.
Ooh. The battle leader, or the warlord, he'll charge the balance.
Okay.
Yeah. On a 5. We'll take him right to this guy here.
Okay.
I'll have to abandon that point.
I think that's the right call. I was going to heroic.
He's a little scary. I would armor press you. You'd have to spend the 2 CP to interrupt, but I probably want to actually save here for the rerolls and see what we can do. Here. We'll try. We'll see what we get. Maybe clear out some of these. That's over here. These.
Race charge phase.
Yeah, I have made everyone. I probably would have made the other one if he didn't die, but it does. And actually what I really want to do is I do kind of want to zone back a little bit because I do want to keep you from basically deep striking into his magic box forward free. Because as long as I keep sort of an 18-inch separation here, it basically stops you from coming down sort of on this side. I always have the option, depending on how things go here, to basically pull in that way. All right, we'll get ready to do some combats. Okay, so we're gonna kick the fighting with the wolf in here. So this guy is closer. We're gonna pile in around, and we will base this one here. And we're just basically gonna
And I will spend 2 CP right now to use Masters of Combat, which when the paladins are declared as a target for a fight phase, any paladins that die will get to fight as they die.
All right, and that does take you down to 5 CP or 3 CP. Okay. So we'll kick things off with the Thunder Hammers. Due to the spread, there are no rerolls here. We are hitting on 3s due to the Space Wolves. Hunters Unleashed. So move these 1s and 2s. These big boys, strength 10. Moving here on 2s. That is 10 wounds.
Okay, so we got 10 wounds here. You know what? We want to use our 10 silver dice. Okay, so we're going to take, how much damage are each one?
Flat 3 each.
Flat 3
These
each.
are the Thunder Hammers.
Okay, so we will use, the first is going to go on, we're going to go ahead and pick this halberd gentleman right there. And he's going to have 5+ save. So So he makes that. Makes that one. All right, tank him. Does not make that one, so he dies, and he will fight on death.
Okay.
And he will get 4 attacks, I believe.
Resolve is after all the attacks are resolved, I believe, though.
What was that?
It is after all the attacks are resolved.
I think we'll double check the wording. I think it's actually as that unit is killed. I think they have these individual models. When a model in the unit is destroyed, that before that model was removed from play, it can fight as if that unit had been chosen to fight. So there is a very specific reason for pulling this model first, because he is in combat right there. Yep, he will be able to target the Wolf Lord. So we're going to put 4 attacks on the Wolf Lord, hitting on 3s. All hits. It's going to be wounding on 3s as well, with the Halberd. So we've got 3 at -2.
Storm shields.
Ooh, you drop
damage.
2. It's going to be D3 damage each. I like to use a CP reroll.
I will. He's okay, so he will take D3.
Take D3. For what?
Alright. Down to 4 though.
So let's go. The next one we will use is. We will also go on this guy right here. That Halberd gentleman. So. Go. Nope, he fails it. So he does die. And he will also do his attacks on.
Battle leader.
Battle leader right there. Okay. So 4 attacks hitting on 3s. This is on 2. Wounding on 3s as well. 1 at -2.
Storm shield saved.
Okay.
And only 6 more.
Okay, so we will then do, let us do, we're going to start putting him on the stage. So this will be a 4+ save. Good. Not good. Okay, so that guy dies. Let's see, so then he will get to fight, so he will pile in. And then he will get his 4 attacks on the Wolf Lord. So 4 attacks. All hit. Wounding on 3s. It's 2 wounds at -1.
Save all.
Okay, so then he does die. Alright, are you keeping track of how many ammo you still?
4 more.
4 more, okay, so then we will then do this Halberd guy right there. Saved. Dies, okay. So that he will also pile in now. I think he is closer here. So he's going to have to pile in there. 4 attacks. We got 3s. Ooh, okay. 1 and nothing.
Okay.
So he is dead. Thank you for keeping track. Alright, so then we'll do this Halberd guy right there. How many are you still?
Just 2.
2 more, okay. 5+. Nope, he does die. So can't get within 3. Looks like he's good.
I'll say you're within 4 here. I think you can probably take a chop here.
Okay. Cool. So then we'll get his 4. Winning on 3s. Okay. Missing on 1. Winning on 3s. And 3 saves at -2.
Alright. Now the one tricky thing here is as you're losing coherency, it's I do fail 1.
Okay. So D3 for 3.
One thing to keep is you might not be able to pile in if you cannot maintain your coherency. So here we'll say you're okay, but I think it'll be tricky and hard pressed to do some of these over here.
Okay. Alright, so I owe you 1 more. Correct?
I believe so, yes.
Alright, and then we'll take it on. Yeah, I think we'll take it on the. We'll just take it on. We'll take it on the stage. Okay, and he does fail that, so he is dead. No, I don't think he's going to be able to pile in anywhere.
He's out of 4, so he can't be within 3 and make an attack.
So we'll just pull him.
Alright.
Alright.
So coming up next, we got the Great Axe. So Great Axe, 3 attack space, 4 on the charge, 5.
Okay.
Hitting on 2s. Winning on 2s. That is 5 at -3.
Right, 5 at -3. So how much is the damage each on these?
D3.
D3, okay, so I don't think it matters, I only have Halberds here anyway.
All these staves.
So I fail 3 of them.
Okay, first one. 1 damage. So kill the paladin, and the second one does 2 damage.
So we will kill this guy first, and he will get pile him in attack. So let's do that. Let's re-roll those 2 in here. So 3 hits, wounding on 3s. For 2 at -2.
And this is on.
This guy right there.
Okay, I'll just take a normal blood class.
Okay.
Pass 1, fail 1.
Okay. And it's D3 damage.
It's their single wound.
Okay. That's right.
Okay. Now the Frost Claws, 6 attacks on the pack leader, 5. 6 or 11 attacks total, hitting on 2s. Let me drop 1. And wounding on 3s, strength 6, but re-rolling because of Frost Claws. That's for 10 wounds at AP2.
AP2, so 4 us. So we do fail 1, 2. We do fail 3.
Yep, just 1 damage each.
Okay. So that's gonna kill another. We're gonna put it on this guy right here. So he's gonna pile in. He's gonna attack. He's gonna attack the weapon there. Hitting on 3s. Wounding on 3s. 2 wounds at -3.
Okay, we'll
So
storm
2.
shield it. I do fail 1.
Alright.
What's the damage?
Damage will be just the 1.
And feel no pain, the wolf and they ignore it.
Wolfen. So tough. Alrighty.
Alright, and we will make sure to get our consolidates.
And that's the end of the Wolfen fighting, correct?
That's correct.
Okay, so I will actually spend 2 CP for an interrupt.
Okay.
And I will interrupt right over here with the interceptors.
Sure.
So that brings me down to 1. So we're going to put all the attacks on Battle Leader, correct? The reason I'm doing that is this is really my only chance to be able to kill him, and I do need points for Headhunter. So you want to make sure that we kill him dead. Hitting on 3s. Take out these misses here. Alright, and we are wounding on 4s. So you're going to have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 saves at -2.
These are D3?
These will be D3 damage, correct.
It's a very good effort, but it does not going to be enough. Even with single damage, that would slay him.
Okay, so that
Battle Leader does fall in combat. Alright, and you are allowed to consolidate, don't forget.
And we'll be able to go here, and I'm going to base both of them here. Effectively tri-pointing this guy right there.
Okay.
And then let's go ahead. Actually, you gotta go that way. And I'll leave those guys there. This guy is based right there. So the reason that I tried to do that is hopefully I can keep some within the objective, try pointing them so that, and basing those guys so they can't get around and move to contest it. Alright.
Next we'll fight with the Blood Claws. Alright, we'll just start with the pack leader here. 4 Thunderhammer attacks, aim on 3s, 2 hits, wounding on 2s, 2 wounds.
Alright, so those are your 5 pluses. There you go. Make 1 fail 1. So the one that dies, we'll take this guy and he will direct his attacks towards the Wolfen.
Alright.
And then wounding on 3s. Okay, 2 at -2.
Save.
Both are good.
And that way. Oh wait, I'm sorry. So that was my consolidate, unfortunately, but I have many more attacks to go.
Oh, there's 1 left.
Well, that's all the Blood Claws still got to go. That was just the pack
That's the
leader.
pack leader.
Yeah, so 4 attacks on the pack leader there with a power axe. Hitting on 2s. Moving on 3s. 3 wounds. AP2.
Alright, so these are going to be in 4. And he does fail 2. Do you have 1 damage each?
1 damage each.
Okay. So he's left alive on 1 wound.
And we got 4 pack members with 4 chainsword attacks.
Here we go. Woo!
These are also hitting on 2s. And wounding you on 4s. That's 3, 4, 5 wounds.
Okay. 5 wounds.
Getting nervous?
I think I'm a little beyond that. I'm sweating a little bit. I think the wolves can smell the scent of fear on us. So we do drop the last paladin. Okay.
Saves you from running away later.
Saves us from running away, and we do get to attack back, which would be nice. We will direct the attacks to... we'll go ahead and put them on the wolf as well. So we hit on 3. Wounding on 3s. And you have 2 at -2.
I'll take all the blood clots.
Okay.
I do drop 1. Sorry, Baldy. Should have worn a helmet.
Okay. I directed those to the wolfen, so you save those.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
That's the
Very good.
Alright. Would you kindly remove this man?
No, I don't want to, but I will.
Because I will use my consolidate. I am going to stay more than an inch away from your characters. I don't want you to give you free fighting this turn. I did pile in those 2.
Okay.
Or consolidate those 2 already, so I won't move them again. But we will move that a little bit closer to get where's these sort of characters here.
That sounds good.
Okay.
Alrighty.
Now for activation, I still have these squads over here to activate. Now the important thing is I can be a little tricky here, trying to give myself a little bit of protection for my characters. So what I will do is I'm going to move my 3. Right, and then because these units here are the closest, and I'm going to use my other 3 device go this way, this way, this way, leaving a nice little gap here. Moving always closer this way because now I can activate my battle leader and go 3 and not move the full. I don't have to move the full 6, and then I can essentially move this diagonal, which would put me closer towards the Purgation Squad here. Give myself a little protection for the following psychic power that will unfortunately be reaped upon me. So the Reavers don't normally get to come in combat, so you know what, we're going to come in, we're going to get our full range of attacks here. So the Bolt Carbine Squad, the Sergeant does have 3 base, 4 for Shock Assault, 5 for the Combat Knife, and then the remaining 12 for the 4 members of the squad, for a total of 17 attacks. Hitting on 2s. Wounding are on 4s. It's a good spread of wounds for 8 wounds.
Okay, 8 wounds. No AP?
No AP on these knives.
Alright, so we're looking for 3 here. And we do drop 3 of them. Okay. So let us take out 1, 2. I can't really remove that guy, can I? I just have to get into coherency, right? Next.
No, you do not have to. You can remove from and break coherency. You just cannot move in your following phases until you restore
coherency,
which does include consolidates and pilings. But
Okay.
I think you want to stay in combat or maybe start smiting me a little bit.
Yeah. Alrighty. So I think that's the fight phase then.
Yeah, a question does remain a little bit of fighting again. Won't necessarily do good over here, but it's more a question if it's really worth fighting again over here. With 5 CP left, that'll leave me a fight on death, which is really all I need. None of the squads you have left is something I would really need to fight again, but clearing out this squad here would actually put a lot of pressure on you to start trying to clear this thing out. So I think the Reavers are going to get their day in the sun. They're
Alright,
fighting
Reavers,
again.
let's do it.
That is another 17 attacks. Man, I should have put the knife squad over there. Didn't think they'd roll that massive charge.
Nice.
I'll take that. It's another 8 wounds.
Alright, 8 wounds here coming at us. Let's see how we do. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Alright, here we go. Look at the 3s. And we do drop the squad. That'll be them all.
That'll give me my 3-inch movement towards the closest back this way. Help me shore up a little bit of this gap that was sort of created. 3, 3, 3. Oh, and that is the turn.
All right.
Doesn't sound impressive with 2 kills, but a pretty massive blow to the back lines. Putting a lot of pressure in here and making it hard for you to come in.
Absolutely.
And assist.
So I think we're moving on to Grey Knights, turn 2. Wow, a lot of action. All
That's
right.
what happens with combat armies.
That's what happens with combat armies. We'll see you at Grey Knights, turn 2. Woo! All right, so Brian had a great turn 1 and great turn 2. It's really left me on the back foot. He was able to come in force onto the board and really take over my backfield. I do feel like I still have a couple of plays here. And so what I did notice is that I do have my Grandmaster holding that. There is an objective here that I might be able to get onto, and then I can deep strike and take these objectives. So that does give me an opportunity to get some behind enemy lines. I can score the bonus, so I feel pretty good about that, and I will actually likely get kill more because I was able to take out 2 of his characters in Overwatch, so that did go in my favor. But it's looking pretty bleak. I do think that I have some plays to keep me in this game, so let's see what we can do. We're going to start our movement phase. Phase, what I'm really trying to do is a couple of things. The first thing that I did was try to position some of my characters to get as close as possible to these heroes, so as close as possible. What I'm going to try to do is if I can wipe this squad that's protecting the characters in this psychic phase, that should allow me to bring some smites down on the leaders to take them out, hopefully getting me some headhunters. So after doing that, I moved the Chaplain and Drago down here to hold this objective. I just kept my Nemesis Dread Knight right there because I want him to hold it to try to get that as well. And then I brought down 2 strike squads here and my Nemesis Grandmaster. So that will give me 2 for behind enemy lines, which I really am going to need. And hopefully with their smites, they're going to be able to take care of this Reaver squad. We might be able to put some damage into some of the stuff over here from the Grandmaster. And then the last squad that I moved, deep struck the last strike squad here, which if I'm, again, hopefully lucky, able to take out this Bloodclaw squad in the psychic phase, I might be able to get some smites into the characters. So let's see if the psychic phase goes my way. Alright, so we're going to start off in the psychic phase. I'm going to start off with Empyrean Domination.
At the start of the psychic phase.
Oh, the actual start.
I will use a Talismanic Shield once again to give the battle leader here actually a deny.
Alright. So I'm down to 1 CP. So then I'm first. Now we can go on to the psychic phase. Empyrean Domination will be cast from the library. Looking for a 7. I am at a +2. And I do get it. Okay, so I am at 2 CP now. I will cast Sanctuary from this Dread Knight onto himself. So here we go. I don't get that one, so no Sanctuary. Okay, so then we're going to go. Drago's going to cast Hammerhand onto the Chaplain here. And he does Perils. Ooh, okay. Well, I don't really have a CP to reroll, so let's go and take it. So I'm going to take 2 damage. Down to 4 now.
You did gain your 1 CP, correct?
I did gain 1 CP. That is correct.
You're up at 2.
Alright, so now is here's a big thing that I need to do. And so I am going to spend 1 CP. Gotta make you go to the board again. On Psychic Channeling. Cast Edict Imperator on the Purgation Squad.
Yeah, this is really why I spend my 1 CP to try and stop it, because his best chance to kill my characters is really to wipe my screen in the shooting phase, which is a really
I still do have 4. I still have 4 Purgators still there. So let's see what we can do. So here's my Psychic test. Okay, so it is going to be on a 9.
Okay, I think I really have to try and deny this. This is my best shot. Can he be the hero?
Oh, actually, this is going to be a 10 because I am +2.
Okay. Can he be the hero? Not quite.
Close. Ooh. I know you're thinking about it.
A 5 up to save
6
him
and a 2.
versus 1 CP, which... the payoff here is pretty big, because it basically means one of them will probably survive. So I think we'll try it. We'll use spend the last CP and see if we can do it. I'm going to get it.
You got it. All right. So that is denied. Nice job, Brian. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and do what we think that we can do. So we're gonna start off with some smites right here. We're gonna start with the. Actually, you know what? We're gonna start Right here. We're gonna go to smite right there.
I do believe
Oh, you're
they
right.
are closer.
So
Those
we'll
poor
just-
intercessors.
Poor intercessors. So we'll go ahead and smite them. And it does not go off. All right.
Yep. Grandmaster is
Just
he's
not
having
so
a
grand.
day.
He's not so grand. We'll go with the chaplain here. We'll smite the
You don't have
We'd like to.
Right. Well, that is a whole marine gone. He's facing the wrong way, so I think he's gonna be the
Drago
one.
will also smite there. So that also goes off. Okay. So we're actually going to go ahead. We will start off again with another smite from that squad. Right up in there. That goes off on an 11. I wish
Alright.
I had some super smites.
Now this one does hurt because it does remove 2 models.
That's right. So then we'll also have the I think the only thing that I really can do, I think he's closer here. So the librarian will cast a smite there. So that will go off. That does go off on a 5/7.
There's another 2 down.
There's 2 left. Now I don't think I can really only smite. So Stern will go ahead and smite as well. So this is big. He does need to get it, and he does get it. On a 10.
Well, that does kill the Terminator.
All right, so that's gone. We do have the apothecary here. The apothecary.
He's definitely closer to these models.
That is correct. I think he's going to go ahead and cast his armor resilience with the Sanctic Shard, and that's going to go on. Let's put it on himself. So that's going to be 6. I do get it on an 11. So he's got armor resilience. So that'll be -1 to wound there. Okay. So then we're also going to have a couple of more things left that we can do. Grandmaster is going to smite there into the compulsories within 12. Does get it, so 2 wounds off there. And then we're going to have 2 smites coming from those strike squads back there as well. So we'll start first one. Does get it on an 8. And then the next one, I'm using different color dice, and that weirds me out. We'll also get it on a 8.
That's a whole marine move.
And I believe, let's double check, I might have, the Purgation Squad hasn't smited anybody, but who's closest to them?
The Blood Clouds or the Intercessors. We can measure it out real quick. Vertically base to base. Looks like about 4.
This is 3.
The Blood Clouds are closer.
Okay. There we go. And he gets it on an 8. Okay, so overall, pretty effective psychic phase, although Brian did a really nice job of, Space Wolves psychic defense, really strong.
It's that Talismanic Shields.
You know, the Grey Knights are not the superior psychers that we thought we were. Alright, so I think we're moving into our shooting phase. Alright, so we're going to start our shooting phase and start shooting with things that really don't have a choice to the things that may have some options. So really the first thing here is we're going to start with the Strike Squad. All of the bolters are going to go into the Reavers here, and the Psy Cannon does have range and line of sight into there. So we're going to go ahead and, how many shots do we have? They should all be within 12 if I measure that out right. So the first one is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4.
They are indeed.
So 4. Alright, so start with these. Order the Reavers, hitting on these. Alright, moving on first. You will have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 saves.
You fail 3.
Alright.
That is killing a 1.5 Reaver.
1.5. Alright, and then we're going to put the Psy Cannon shot, and that's going to go right into the Impulsor. Into the Impulsor. Give me 1 second here. So it's going to be 4 shots at -1. So hitting on 4s, heavy weapon, it did move. No hits. Wonderful. Okay. So the next thing that we're going to do is we're going to take the next squad here, and they're going to put all their shots right into that squad there. So let's do the heavy weapon first, because that's always fun. 6 hitting on 4s. We hit on 2. Wounding on 4s. You have 1 wound, no AP. Okay, that's good. And we'll have our same 16 shots going into there. He's going to be hitting on 3s. Let's take these out. And wounding on 4s. So you'll have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 saves.
That'll be the squad.
All right. So the next thing that we will do is this squad here does have the Wolf Lord as their closest. So we're going to do the same thing. We're going to put all those bolter shots right back into them. So it'll be 16 bolter shots.
Where's the side cannon going?
And the side cannon will also go into, you know what? Characters can't block for characters.
That's correct.
We'll put the side cannon.
You're at 11. Yeah, I think it is. So I think you could choose the battle leader if you would so choose.
So we'll do that. So these will go into the battle leader. These will go into the. There they are. Hitting on threes. These are right in fours, so. Roll that in there. Okay, so we got 3 there. Let's remove those. And then wounding on 4s. The side cannons will wound on 3s. These are on 3s. Like that. And these are on 4s. So pretty good. We're gonna have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 on the Wolf Lord and 2 at -1 on the battle leader.
Okay, so the 8 on the Wolf Lord. He just drops. And
And
then
only had that 1 CP left. It didn't deny my psychic ability.
yeah. And then the battle leader, it was 2.
2 at -1.
Okay, storm shield. He's okay though.
Alright, so he's good.
He will carry on his legacy.
So that he will. Okay, now with that being said, we will now use. I think Stern is probably closest to here, but the Impulsor might be closer.
No, he's definitely.
Definitely? Okay.
Yeah, because it's like 3 or 4 inches up.
So we'll put 4 shots from Stern there.
Okay, who did get the litany on this turn, if I'm not mistaken.
But the litany went on to. Did I put on the library? No, yeah, the library. No, Stern. You're right. You're absolutely right. Stern. So those will hit. These are 4s. Nothing. Okay. Ooh. So
Literally dodged a bullet.
literally dodged a bullet. Okay, so next we have our. Let's see. We're gonna do the librarian here. I think the blood claws are gonna be closer to him.
I suppose so, yes.
Yeah, so we'll go ahead and do that. Wounding on 2s. Wounding on 4s. You're gonna have 2 saves to make, sir.
On the blood claws. I do drop 1.
Okay. So what we're going to do here, we're gonna actually use the Purgation Squad. They're going to shoot up right into that Impulsor right above them there. And the goal is it's gonna explode and kill the intercessors that are right there.
I warn you, your characters are on range too.
Well, okay, we take that
Bold
back.
strategy,
We don't,
Con.
we don't want you to explode now. We'll take that back. Okay, so we're gonna have 24 shots. We'll come back after we get some more dice and count that all up. All right, so the Purgation Squad is going to be shooting right into that Impulsor right there, hitting on 3s. And no rerolls. Okay, and then wounding on 5s. So we have 4, no negative AP value
On the impulsor.
on the Impulsor.
Saves them all.
Knocks them all. All right, great job. We're gonna go with the Chaplain. The Chaplain is going to. Ooh, yeah, let's go with the Chaplain into the Reavers here.
Spooky scary.
You know, actually, what we'll do, we're not gonna do that. We're gonna put the Chaplain into the Impulsor here. Okay. So we'll put 4 shots there. On 2s, we're rolling for Drago. Okay, wounding on 5s. You're gonna have 2 wounds. Drops 1.
Number 2.
Alright.
His bottom bracket.
So Drago will also fire into there. Ooh. 2, 3, 4.
Hope he doesn't hurt himself.
Hopefully not. Reroll for himself. Needs 5s. Ooh, 2 more saves to make.
Just drop 1 more, but it is still alive.
1 more. And
Just
it's
very
still
badly
alive.
burnt.
And put the Psy Cannon rounds into here. We're going to put the Gatling rounds into there.
Okay.
Alright, so let's do the Gatling rounds first. 12 shots. It's going to be hitting. It did not move, so it is hitting on 2, rerolling 1. So let's reroll the 1s. Okay, all hits. So you're going to be winning on 5s. So you will have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No negative AP value.
This is on.
This can go on here, correct.
Can we do it? Almost.
Almost.
Does it explode? Ooh, nice.
Pretty close.
To the hull.
What do you think?
This thing is in
I
the
think
way.
it's just out.
Yeah, but it is to the hull, and this corner is the closest. I would agree. I think that is just out. Wishful thinking.
Wishful thinking.
It's always fun.
Maybe some luck goes my ways.
They'll all go in here to carry up by roll to see if anyone dies prior to just getting all else out. So it is 6 men. We clamber out, and they're 4 on the verge of burning alive, but they do manage to make it out. Unscathed.
To the safety of the building.
Yes.
Very nice. Okay. So then we'll go ahead and fire the neck. We'll put the psych cannon shots into the other impulsor there. The heavy psych cannon shots.
Yes.
All right. So hitting on 2s, rerolling 1s. They're all hits. And they are wounding on 4s. You will have 1, just the 2. 2 at -2. The impulsor.
Okay, shield dome. That's one of them.
2 damage.
Alright, takes 2 more. Puts it down to 7.
So next we'll do this, and he'll fire. He will shoot everything into there as well. And he will be hitting 3s, rerolling 1s because we come down. Okay. Let's reroll these 1s. Pick up these 2s. Okay. The Gatlings will be on 5s. The heavy psych cannons will be on 4s. Alright, so let's take some points out. So that's not bad. You will have 6 at negative AP value. Those will be D3. And you're also going to have 1, 2. Oh, that was a 3. So you're going to have 5 at -2. Those are 2 damage apiece.
Okay, the 5 and -2. 4 shield domes. Very well, only passes, fails 1.
Okay.
It's down to 5, and then the 6 are at what AP?
No AP value.
And those are D3?
Those will be D3, correct.
Ooh, those are scary. We do fail 2.
Alright, so
They could die here.
let's see what we do. Oh no.
3 damage.
Just 3.
It's still alive. But it is bottom bracket.
It is on bottom bracket, and I think that's the end of our shooting phase, if I'm not mistaken. I think everything is shot. Alright, so we will go on to our charge phase. Alright, Grand Knight charge phase. We're going to have a couple charges. We're going to start out here with the Chaplain going against the Reavers, so they will get some Overwatch.
Okay, I am going to declare a shock grenade as well as 2 heavy bolt pistols.
Alright.
So the shock grenade is D3 shots. It is 3 shots.
Uh-oh.
Ooh, you are shock grenaded. The big thing here is a fun little trick because now he is -1 to hit.
I am -1 to hit.
2 bolt pistols. Ooh, 1 hit. I'm gonna warn you, this is AP1. It doesn't wound.
Does it wound? Alright, so it is, I will need, I am 4 inches away, so I will need a 3 to get us within an inch. Here we go. I have been known to fail these charges before. That does get me in. So just take you within an inch, and keep me within an inch of the objective there. And we will also declare a charge with Drago as well. So Drago will go in as well. Because why not? And he does make it in a 5. So we'll do the same thing. Be within 3 inches there. Alright, so we're going to declare some more charges here. We will declare charge. Stern is going to charge into the... Might as well declare both the Battle Leader and the Wolfen and the Blood Claws.
Okay, the Blood Claws will throw a crack grenade as well as 1 pistol. So crack grenade, pistol, nothing. The Battle Leader will throw a crack grenade as well. They not. Alright, and the Wolfen have no guns. They just growl.
Okay, 4. That won't be enough to get us in, but not where I wanted to get us in. So we're going to go in right there. We will declare the same charge. The Librarian is going to go against the Battle Leader. the blood claws, and the wolf. Might as well declare the same.
Okay. Blood claws, crack grenade, and a pistol. Crack grenade. Pistol. Nothing.
All right, let's see what the librarian can do here. 7 inches. Okay, so we'll take that. That'll be good there. Let's do that. We'll be closer to you there.
Are you staying an inch out of the wolf?
You know what? I am going to stay out an inch out of the wolf.
I would advise that.
I don't want to be attacked by them. They're scary things. All right, so now another one. We also declare charge. The apothecary is going to charge the blood claws, and you'll declare charge on all 3 again.
Okay. Crack grenade. Ooh, I already told you about those crack grenades.
1 to wound for armored resilience on himself.
Okay, we're moving on a 4.
All right.
-1.
-1. Here we go. So
Looking for a 3. Yep. All right, he's safe.
all right, so let's see his charge, and he gets a 9. That's a good roll. We'll take that.
I do get a pistol though.
Take your pistol. All right, so I think that's.
Oh, 3 men to take down 1 and say, I see. Don't worry, the battle leader will.
We do what we need to do. All right. So we will go ahead and go on to our fight phase. Okay, starting off the fight phase, I feel that it's only right that the Lord Kaldor Drago himself will start off the attack. So Drago against
He's
the.
afraid over here.
I might be a little bit afraid. We need Drago's going to inspire us. So we're gonna hit on 2s. We roll. We roll the 1. Okay, all hits. Then he has his Titan sword. I believe it gives him to his strength. It's going to be +4, so he was strength 8, wounding on 2s. So it's going to be 1, 2, 3, 5 at -4.
Oh, that's no save.
And that's going to be flat 3.
Oh, well, you play whack-a-mole with some reavers.
We'll go right here. Yeah, we'll do that.
Come a little closer.
Come a little closer. So then we will next use the chaplain. We're just going to activate the chaplain. He's going to do the same thing and go right there.
Okay. And you can get a full 6 out of this if you wanted.
If I did want. Let's go there. Let's see. Okay. So next we will activate we're gonna activate the apothecary because he's actually kind of a beast in combat. So he's gonna have 5 attacks.
I remember the -1 on Drago, but I'll give it to you. I think the reavers were pretty dead.
No, it was on the chaplain.
On the chaplain.
So
Okay, yeah, Drago did the bit.
On the chaplain. All right. So
As a, chef masters here.
he's gonna be hitting on 3s. He is weapon skill 2, hitting on 3s now. So I do miss 2.
No, it's not looking good.
Wounding on 2s. So you've got 2 saves at minus. Oh! And I think that's just gonna flat out do it.
Well,
Damage each.
I had faith, buddy. You might have let me down this time, but there will be a future event.
Okay.
And don't forget your consolidate,
Yep.
too.
So I will go ahead and consolidate, and ooh, it's always tricky. Who's closest? Who knows? Who knows? Here it is. Okay. All right. So the next we will go ahead and activate the librarian here, and he did declare a charge on these blood claws. So just move him there. Get him within an inch. All right. So the librarian, I have not used him. He's gonna have 4 attacks. 2 and 4. He's also hitting on 2s. Okay, he's got the stave. He's gonna be wounding on 3s. All right, so 3 at -1.
You know what? I'll take this first one on this blood clot here.
Okay.
So he's okay. The second one on the same one. The third one on the same one. Ooh, all right. He drops, but he fights valiantly. Protect
Yes,
that
he
path.
did.
Protect the Terminator there.
All right. So then we're gonna have Stern. He's gonna be able to activate as well, and I don't think he's gonna be able to get combat, but that's okay. We're gonna just move him a little bit closer, right?
You don't want to move to the Wolfman? You could invite the Wolfman if you wanted.
We'll just keep him right there. I think that's gonna be fine. All right.
Alright.
So I believe that's going to be the end of my fight phase. Pretty successful, I think.
Don't forget, the blood clots get to fight you back here.
Oh, that's true. Okay. You do get to fight.
So I do get my 3-inch pile in here. Did you intend to base this Terminator?
Yes.
Alright, because what I will do is...
There with the apothecary.
Yeah, that'll keep me from sliding around and
Yep.
doing tricky stuff like
Yep,
getting
that was the
rotation
intent.
spot. That's something, if your opponent isn't so savvy to do, you can definitely... Right, if
But Brian is such a nice guy.
I mean, it's when you make all your charges, you maybe got to be a little bit better. So we'll see. Now the question is, Do I want to kill a librarian or the apothecary? The apothecary has how many wounds?
The apothecary, I believe, has 4 wounds.
And he's minus
5
1 to
wounds.
wound.
The apothecary has 5 wounds, and he has minus 1 to wound.
Okay, so we'll try and beat down the librarian here.
Okay.
Both have a 5-up invuln?
Yes.
Okay, so
The apothecary will have a 4-up, actually, because of his stave.
Okay, so the Terminator did not charge, so he has 2 base attacks and 3 for...
He was charged,
But
though.
he was charged.
Yep.
But he doesn't get his Berserk charge for being a
yes.
Bug Claw. So just 3 attacks, but I'm hitting on 3s, just the 1. And wounding you on a 2. I do get
And who is this against?
this. This is on the librarian.
Librarian. Right, so he's going to be on a 4-up. And he just passed on a 6.
Okay. Now the pack leader here also gets 3 attacks. He has a power axe hitting on 2s, wounding you on 3s. Just no wounds. All right.
That'll be the end of Grey Knight Fight Face and the end of Battle Round 2. Holy moly. That was round 2.
Yeah.
Alright, we'll come back at you with the score check.
So I think Brian was playing down. He played it very, very well. He attacked me and hit me hard, really in my primary damage dealers. Like moving the Wolf Lord and the Battle Leader over there definitely was a big blow because I still have the Wolfen out there, but really those 2 were a huge threat around the board due to their movement. So definitely restricted me here. I still have a lot of pieces to kind of move around. It'll be interesting. I don't really think I can deny him behind enemy lines anymore, even if I send intercessors this way, get lucky sort of removing all of them there. This Dread Knight is probably going to sit there sort of most of the turn. So I think the interesting play for me this turn is clear out this corner, hide sort of on this side, and depending on how well the Wolfen roll, this is basically going to turn into a fight for who can hold more.
Right.
So I have to start removing you from points and start making sure I'm holding some as well.
It'll be interesting. We've only gone through 2 battle rounds.
Yeah, but these next 2 turns are definitely going to
This will be a lot
much
faster. Yes.
So,
Alright.
let's see what the Wolves can do.
Let's go. Moving on to Space Wolves turn 3.
Okay, so we have a couple of shifts of these intercessors over here. Really, I'm setting up to just soak up some of the smite damage for the Wolfen that are going to coming through. Because I think the ultimate play that might shape the game is see if I can get assaults off this way, take out this sort of Dread Knight, and then be able to sort of threaten being able to hold these more objectives here.
Right.
And really, hopefully, if I can get my ancestors here to deal with this Purgation Squad, and really, the assault, I might be able to string out enough to get a few Wolfen into your characters as well as taking out this Dread Knight. And I think that'll really sort of shape the turn. Yeah.
Getting greedy.
And then we'll have a little bit of a battle here. We'll see who can pick off more.
A little bit of a firefight.
Yeah.
Alright.
Well, we'll see what the Space Wolves can do.
It's a tight game. By the way, score check. Right now at the top of turn 3, it looks to be 15-12 in favor of the Grey Knights.
Yeah, being able to go second and get the hold more is really
that's
big
good.
on these missions.
Alright. Let's go moving on to Shooting Phase.
Okay, we're gonna open up with these intercessors into this Purgation Squad. No more bolt rifles.
We're gonna go to ground.
All right, well then you're pinned for next turn. I'll take a little review on that one. It is only 2 at AP1.
Alright, so looking for 4s.
Well, we get what we need. We can drop 2 of them. Followed up, we're going to throw a crack grenade here into the Grandmaster, Nemesis Dread Knight from the Wolf Priest. It does hit. No wounds. And then we're going to do crack grenades and crack grenades and bolt rifles into him as well. So the crack grenade does hit. Crack grenade does wound. AP1.
Alright, looking for 3.
He's good to go. So then 8 shots. Hitting on 3s. And wounding here on 5s. That is 2 AP1.
Alright, looking for 3 again.
Okay, he's okay. Next, we're going to fire these autobolt rifles into the squad over here. On the far edge.
Okay.
3, 6, 9, 12, 15 shots. And then we're wounding here on 4s. It is 6 wounds.
Alright, 6 wounds. Looking for 3. We take 3.
Next, we're going to fire the Impulsor. It's going to fire into the same thing. It is bottom bracket, so this will be hitting on 5s. So So 2d6 shots. It's coming up big with 9 shots. And another 4. No difference here between the different colored dice. Hitting here on 5s because it is bottom brackets. Still doing pretty good. Still 3.
All right, 3.
And it is 3
All right, very
wounds.
nice. On that same squad.
On the same squad, yes.
All right, so we're looking for 3s. And we do drop 1.
Should drop 1 more.
We'll take. I'm going to go with the Justicar, actually.
Okay.
Thank you.
I just want to warn you, morale might be an issue.
may
We're going
be.
to do a pistol here into the librarian.
But we shall know no fear.
Oh, the pistol misses. That's alright. They want to chop them up. I think with that, what we will do is we're gonna fire the impulsor into this strike squad.
Okay.
2d6 shots. 9 shots. 6, 9. 3s. And looking for 4s. 2, sir.
All right.
AP, nothing.
We're good.
In style.
In style.
Alright, that is the army shot. We're going to be back with some charges coming up. The intercessors here are going to be charging the purgation squad.
Alright, so the Purgation Squad. How many do I have left there? Just the 2?
Just the 2.
Just the 2. Okay, well. I'm really debating right now to use Prenatural Senses to hit on a 4 to a 6. Realistically, because I'm not in the tide of convergence and I don't have anything, it's not going to be doing me too much. So I'm going to save that CP. But we will take our Overwatch.
You do not fall for my bait.
The wolves always leaving the bait out.
Although I might have taken yours, we'll see.
So do hit with 2. 1 with no AP.
Let me do save.
Alright.
A 5. I don't think that gets us because it's 2.5 down. And really a 4 across. We will not make that charge.
Just as we planned.
Yeah. So, I mean, I think we're just gonna really have to shift gears
Is that the
here.
first charge that you missed today, Brian?
Seems like it, right? So the Wolfen are gonna come up big for me. They're gonna declare charges on. We'll go with Purgation Squad. We'll go all 3 of your characters here, as well as your Nemesis Dread Knight.
Are you sure you want to go with the Purgation Squad?
I'm sure.
Alright. Ooh, very tempted to use Prenatural Senses here. But again, I will not do it. But it is tempting. Alright, so let's do the Purgation Squad first. We just get the 1. And no, nothing there. And you said the Dread Knight as well? That's correct. 6s rerolling 1. So have 1 here. Pretty good. Okay, so we'll get this out. Silencers will be on 4s, this will be on a 3.
Okay.
Alright, so you're going to take 1 at -2 and then 2 with no AP value, and those will be D3 damage.
The no AP, I'll actually take on the X.
Okay.
So 4 ups. Nope.
Okay.
2 go through.
Alright, so.
I guess I should have done that once, but I'll say we did on 2.
So that's 3 damage.
Okay. No pain. Oh, he's still alive on 1.
Okay, and the last one. Do 3 more damage. 0.
Oh, almost. But yeah. Well, I guess.
Roll it.
Alright, let's see.
It's cocked.
No, you got him. So, not bad. Take the X for that.
Alright, and then -2 on, with the side cannon shot. That'll be flat 2 damage.
Okay, I'll take that on storm. And that is it. What do the Wolfen do? They get a 9.
They'll get there. Always coming up big for you. Those Wolfen, I'll tell you.
Yeah.
There's very few units in the game that scare more than those Wolfen. Plus.
Would be this 9.
It's gonna be fun to edit. I can do all the chopping. A good amount of the chopping. Good chop stitching.
bit greedy. I think I do clear at least that. These 2 smites I'll have to eat. With my 2s, I should be able to get at least 3 thunder hammers.
Did you declare a charge on Stern?
Yes, all the kids.
So he should. Okay, so do some Overwatch with him.
Okay.
So Stern first. Nothing there.
The Wolf Priest will tell you in charge here.
Okay.
Oh, an important thing to note, which I should have actually stated before, but the way the Wolf and Aura works, it depends on if you're within their charge range at the start of the charge phase. So that would have really been only this squad here, not these 2 here. So they're not benefiting from reroll charges or anything here, just to clarify. But he doesn't need it with a 4. Wolf Priest in. The intercessors are going to be charging up. Again, that 5 a.m. syndrome here. We're going to make sure we get sort of within that 6. Okay. We won't charge anything here. Yeah. So I think we're good to go.
Okay.
No CP to interrupt, so it does simplify my order of operations a little bit. We'll lead off with the Wolf Priest, the hero.
Oh
legend.
gosh, always that guy.
Now the cool thing is, Curse of the Wolfen.
Are you sure you want to do that?
Yeah,
I'm sure.
Curse of the Wolfen kill applies to this unit because they were not within reroll charge rolls and a range issue, so it does get +1 attack. So 4 base, 5 for charging, 6 for Curse of the Wolfen. Hitting on 2s.
I feel like you're making up numbers right now. That's a
Yeah.
lot of. That's a lot of rolls.
You can't stop me. You don't
Can't
know.
stop. Oh.
I am wounding you here though on 5s. Just the one.
Just the
AP1.
AP1. So looking for 3s.
Okay. Now the intercessors will go. Now Sergeant gets 3 base, 4 for shock assault, but also they get the extra from the weapon now. So 5 power fist attacks. 2 is a miss. Wounding here on 3s, just the 2.
So looking for 4s now. We do drop 1.
For D3. It is 3.
All right, we are down to 5.
Was that 7? No.
No, it was at 8. It was at an 8, but should it be a 7?
No. You haven't dinged it since.
Okay. Since that one, 8. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. Alrighty. Let's see, and then the rest of the intercessor attacks, I probably shouldn't have gypped them. They're
Brian-
now 4 each because of the wolfing.
Brian's strategy is to make you think of numbers really at 3 a.m. in the morning and think that you have less wounds remaining than you really do.
Yeah, just shout random numbers at him when he's trying to count. Now I can roll these ones, thankfully. Ooh.
Another one there.
Alright, so we got 3. But here we go, we're gonna get some great wounding. Yeah. Or no, we got, it looks like 3 wounds, but no AP here.
Okay, so just the 2s. And we get them all.
Alright, he's good to go.
4, 6.
Alright, I think that just leaves the big bad wolfen.
There we go.
So we'll have this wolfen claws go into the purgation squad. This guy will go into stern. These 2, unfortunately, are just going to hang out. We're going to have 3 thunderhammers into this bad boy here. 4 attacks each. We'll just start off with the thunderhammers because this is the one that really does matter. Wolf Priest coming in very valuable here. Strength 10 on the wolfen thunderhammers. Hitting on 3s. It is something that we did need. So that is 3, 6, 8.
8. All right, so here we go. 8 4-ups. Here we are. Not quite. Not quite. Does it explode? It does not.
So the gamble does seem to pay off, at least a little bit. 3. Now, this is where I really do love these frost claws. Very versatile. Kept them on my other small weapons at the edge here. So the pack leader, 6 attacks with these frost claws into the purgation squad. Hoping to get rid of them. Now I can reroll for the wolf priest. This range here. Now these are strength 6, wounding on 3s, and re-rolling failed wounds due to the Frostclaw rule. There we go. There we go. 5 at -2.
All right, so we're looking for 5s here. Ooh, and we
Wow.
got one alive. Here we go.
Impressive.
Very nice. All right, so well, you know what? It doesn't really matter too much.
Which is actually pretty big because they can still gate out and go and hold an objective. So that's something I was trying to stop. Now we'll do the last Frostclaws into Stern here. Get 5 attacks. Reroll. No, 2. Sorry, do hit because
Stern does have
plus
6
1.
wounds.
Yeah, I can't kill anybody. But T4. Okay. It is 5 wounds.
5 wounds.
AP2.
At AP2. So he's at his 4-up save. 5 wounds, right?
Yeah.
And he does drop 3. Is it just 1 damage piece?
Just 1.
All right, so he's down to 3 wounds.
Okay, now it is the end of the charges, but the start. It is my turn, so I will nominate a unit to fight, and I'll pick my Bloodclaws here. So, no charges, no being charged on heroic interventions. We'll just do 2 Thunderhammer attacks on the Librarian.
Okay.
Hitting on 4s now. I no longer have my +1, but still wounding you on a 2. So the Librarian does.
So look at his 4+. Does not take
3 damage.
Takes 3. Alright, so he's down to 2 wounds. Yep, down to 2 wounds.
Okay, the pack leader, 2 attacks, and actually when I do it, I'll might as well pile him in too. So, Bloodclaw hits once, strength 5. It does wound once, AP2 against the Librarian.
AP2, so it's going to 4. We'll do it again. Okay, gets on his 5.
All right.
I've been trying to keep all the dice rolls in the box, in the dice tray. Trying.
Those dice didn't weigh like 5 pounds.
Gravity dice. They're amazing. Even when we get our branded dice, it's going to be really hard to use.
I don't know.
our
You can
dice.
ask that Grandmaster Nemesis Dread Knight. He's
Yeah,
dead
okay,
now,
fair.
about how those dice worked out for him.
Alright.
All right, you get your attacks back.
Now, this Wolfen, did he pile into here, correct?
Yeah, I rotated around this last
Okay.
purgation member.
So we'll start off with the Apothecary. He was heroic, not intervened, so he only gets 4 attacks. He wasn't charged. So we get 4 attacks hitting on 3s, and he's going to go against there.
Bloodclaws.
So, yep. Cool. And wounding on 2s. So 2 wounds at -3 or 4.
Okay, we're actually going to try and tank this in the Storm Shield. The pack leader is going to just take it, so 1 at a time. Oh!
Good. All right.
Blocks it for the pack leader.
Okay, so then we'll also do the Librarian here. The Librarian's going to have 3 attacks. He was charged or not charged? Don't recall. I don't think he was charged.
He was not because the only Stern and the Purgation squad were ahead.
So he will also put his attacks into the squad there. So on 2s. Okay. He's going to be on 3s. No. Okay.
Gravity dice.
Gravity dice. They're letting me down. Stern will have his attacks go into the Wolfen. I think that's the only he can attack, correct?
Yeah, please attack them.
Yeah. All right. So here we go. Stern's going to have 5 attacks. Hitting on 2s. 3 1s. These gravity dice may not be doing so hot for me right now. All right. Wounding on 4s. Okay.
Ooh, I'm actually going to take out my Frostclaws. What is the win?
It's going to be -4 D3 damage each.
-4 D3.
Because I use the invocation on it, right?
I'll take the first one. Definitely on the pack leader here, so roll your damage. I have no save.
It's -3. I think it's just -3.
I'm a 4-up save base.
Okay.
So it goes straight
So
through.
here goes
So it goes
damage.
D3. Just a 1, and I do not ignore it.
Okay.
Just a 1. And I don't ignore it, so he does die. So he's going to Death Frenzy, and he's going to try and kill that Purgation squad man.
Let's see what.
I need that kill! Or do I try and kill Stern? No, you just gate them out. I need those guys dead. They're the bigger threat here. So 6 attacks still. Woo! On the Death Frenzy. You're rolling the 1s because of the Wolf Priest. Alright, or not. He was distracted, he wasn't paying attention. Wounding here on 3s, rerolling for the Frostclaws. And that is 4 at AP2.
4 at AP2. This is on
This Purgation
squad.
last member.
Pretty sure he's done. And
I do get him this time.
You got him. You got the squad. You really don't like those purgers.
That is the end of the turn.
Okay. So at the end of the turn, you killed out the Dread Knight and you killed out the Purgation Squad. Well done. Let's see what we can do.
We'll see. Alright, so during my turn, I did manage to kill 2 squads. I did move in position to hold 3, which will at least give me a strong fighting chance to prevent you from getting that critical hold more.
And you also killed 2 units, which is going to be pretty big. So,
I think the biggest thing too is I'm starting to assert a little dominance here in the middle.
Yep.
So basically next turn I'm going to start threatening this board and I'm going to have basically ability to hold more for the last few turns of the game. So it's putting a little pressure on you to move. Well,
quite a bit of pressure. So we'll have to see what we can do.
Yeah.
Going to Grey Knights, turn 3. Okay, so my movement phase, a couple of things that I'm really trying to do. I really want to get the hold more this turn. There's a chance that I can get the bonus as well, but it will be difficult. So what I ended up doing was falling back from combat here, positioning 3 characters and the strike squads to get some smites, so hopefully rolls go well. That should be 8 damage. Now, between maybe their fire and close combat with the strikes, might get lucky, who knows. So
I'm going to invoke the power of Belmont though. Don't let that thing explode.
Oh, goodness gracious. Don't you dare. Alright, so next what we did is we moved forward just a little bit with the Chaplain and Drago. Their smites are going to be targeted towards this squad here. Drago's going to also try to get a charge off, so we'll see what happens there. He just moved over a little bit. He's got a bead line of sight into the back of that impulsor. He's also got some targets here that he can shoot, and I think if... Well, that'll be there. We are within 12, and that has 2 wounds, so if I'm lucky, I might be able to kill that with a smite, and then dedicate firepower to that squad there. So we'll see what happens. Let's move on to our psychic phase.
We do have notes that...
Oh yes, the strike marine that knew no fear,
New bit of fear.
and ran away.
Yeah.
He failed his morale.
So he took his side cannon and was like, nope.
Yeah, he's like, no, I'm
I'm
done.
going on vacation.
That side cannon would
I
have
need some
been
work
very helpful. I mean, and the extra smite.
Yeah,
That's
absolutely.
huge.
And it did put me on 3 kills.
Yes, I did put you on 3 kills, so that's going to be an uphill battle for me to tie that, but we'll see what we can do. Moving on to the psychic phase. Okay, so we're going to start off with the Librarian, and he's going to cast Imperium Domination. And he does get it, so I'm back up to 2 CP, which is big for me, because now I have some options for some things that I can do. Alright, we're going to move right along, and he's going to smite the Impulsor here. Gravity dice, everybody. Perfect. So he does get it.
Down to 8.
Damage. Alright, so then we're going to start off with the Apothecary here, who's also going to smite.
Oh, come on.
Now he does have the Sanctic Shard, which allows me to reroll. And he does get it. Alright, so now we're going to go off to Stern. He's going to do a smite as well. Alright, gets it on an 8. Took me 9. And then the Strike Squad right behind. And they get it on a 9 as well. Alright, so
Totally awesome.
Totally awesome. They're going to be 12 inches within the Impulsor here, so we're going to get another smite there. Oh, that is big.
That is big.
That is big.
It's big.
Boy, oh boy, oh boy. I want that to be dead. I will use a CP to reroll this. Okay,
Alright,
good.
Does it explode? It does not, luckily.
Okay, so that gets me a kill there.
Okay.
Alright, so then Drago is going to cast Sanctuary. He's going to cast it on... He's going to go ahead and cast it on the Chaplain here. I don't know if that goes off. Give me 1 second here. We'll have to double check that. I haven't gotten a Sanctuary off all game. We'll be right back with that. So it does go off. It's Warp Charge 6. Okay. Then he will also cast a Smite into the squad right above. I think is closest. Actually, let me double check that. I did check it was closer. No, actually this squad's gonna be closer. So, little mistake everybody. I mismeasured my movement. Drago's actually closer to this squad here, so he's gonna spin. And does get it. So 2 wins off there.
Jenkins now.
I will, since I'm already there, I'm gonna go ahead and smite there because they're equidistant.
How rude.
So another 2 there. Okay.
His helmet didn't save him from the mind powers.
Alright, so I think that's all of my... Oh, that's not true. Well, he's gone. He can't do anything.
He's out of 12.
Yep. So that is my psychic phase. moving on to Grey Knight shooting phase. All right, so we're going to start off with the Grey Knight shooting phase. We're going to start with the strike squad here. Going into that impulsor, just watch this thing blow up. That would be great. So we're going to have 4 side cannon shots, and then we're going to have 16 bolter shots. So, all right, side cannon shots are going to be hitting on 4s because they moved. Everything else on 3s. Okay. Gravity dice, everybody. Alright, so these are going to be on 4s. Everything else is going to be on 5s. 4s. These are on 5s. So these are at -1.
Hey, side cannons.
And you're
Looking for 4 ups. Ooh, it's still alive.
So now you also have 5 bolter shot saves.
Okay, 5 bolt shots. Looking for 3s here. It will blow.
The moment of truth. Thank the
He was
Lord.
shaking in his boots. He was shaking.
Belmont was wrong, everybody. He miscalculated on that one.
No, I just couldn't get up to him. I couldn't get the communication through.
All right, so that actually works out pretty well for me in that instance. So I do get 2 kills, so I need to get a 3rd kill here. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and put some shots into this squad here. We're gonna put the librarian into there.
He fell back.
That's right.
All
Does not have the
fell
flag
back.
keyword, everyone. Okay, we are going to fire Drago into the squad here. Hitting, wounding on 4s. You're gonna have 4 saves. Okay, that's cool.
Takes 1.
Okay, Chaplain will do the same thing. 2s, we roll in the 1 for Drago. Okay, wounding on 4s. Okay, 2.
Kill.
Alright, these are all hitting on 3s. Okay, everything on 4s. Alright. So you're gonna have the 2 silencer shots, these are D3 damage, and then 3 bolter shots.
Yeah, and this is a little bit tricky. I'm assuming you would do the D3 shots first.
Correct.
Just for the damage. So it's 2.
Correct.
Oh, we're good to go.
Very nice.
Right, and it's big for me. And then 3 storm bolters.
Correct.
Okay, so 3 at 3+. Ooh, they're loving it.
Got them all.
They want a
Very
duel.
nice. All right. Okay, so then continuing on with the shooting phase here, we're going to go ahead and put all of this shots here into this squad right there. Ooh. So,
I really don't like that wolf priest. I'm just trying to get to him.
not the priests right here.
Yeah, I know. But just clearing the way. I know you don't like it.
I really don't like it. Alright, so these will be 3, 6, alright. And he did move, so he's going to be hitting 3s or rolling 1s. Okay, I got some 1s here. Let's take these 2s out. Okay. Did I just roll that?
You
die?
did just roll that,
Okay.
too.
Thank you.
No, thank you for missing it.
All right. 4s on the gold, or 4s on the silver, the Gatling shots, and then 3s on the gold. So you got 3 at -2. 2, 3. Oh, wow, that's pretty good. You're gonna have 7 Gatling shots. No negative AP value.
But they're flat too, right?
These are the flat 2. 3 at flat 2, and those are at -2.
Okay, well, let's see if it even really matters. Oh, it will. So just kill 1.
Okay.
He's still. Can he be the hero? And then 7, you say?
That is correct.
AP?
No AP.
No problem. Or maybe it's a problem.
All right. So that gets me 3 kills, right?
It is 3.
All right, very good. So moving on to the charge phase. Here we go. We'll have some charges to declare. Charge phase. We're going to start off with Drago on, let's see, he's going to need, he's 8 inches away, so.
No, 8 gets you.
8, yeah, 8 will get me there.
You're with
And then this is going to be,
Now you have to go forward, then up,
yep, so it's going to be
and then
4. And then up is going to be 4, 6, and then 1 over. So he's going to do 7. So we'll declare a charge on the intercessors and on.
Okay, we'll do an absolver bolt pistol.
Yeah.
Nope. And then we'll do a crack grenade from the grenade launcher from there, and then bolt rifle shots. Crack grenade, and then 8 bolt rifle shots. 6. 1 hit. No ones.
All right. So let's do our charge. These dice rolled pretty well, so why don't I just roll these? I do have that 1 CP left, and I think I'm going to use it. All right.
That'll do it.
You got it. Very nice. So we have that going for us. I think that's the only charge that we can declare at the moment. We'll go into our fight phase. We're going to have Drago fighting over here. All right, Drago's going to go ahead and fight. He's got 6 attacks, hitting on 2s. Rerolling 1s for himself. Okay, and he's wounding on 2s. Alright, so we've got 3, 5 at -4, and they're flat 3 damage. And that is exactly what I needed. Now, here's the question. Who is closest?
Probably the blood claws.
Yeah, that's what
Equal distance height-wise, so.
So we're just going to go a tiny, well, you know what, we're going to stay right there. I think that's where we want to be. Yep. Alright, and that is going to be the end of our phase, with Grey Knights holding 1, 2, 3, 4 objectives. Very nice. Alright, we'll tally up the score and get back.
Alright, so starting to look real thin, right? We're starting to lose this war of attrition. The smites are really starting to get through a lot of my units. You know, Drago coming in, clearing out the intercessors was really big. So I think the real play here is the Wolfen can come down and clear this. You know, assuming we keep them like kind of rolling, I think we can do a lot of damage over here. The real question will be is, do I send the Blood Claws up to challenge Drago, take him on? Because I do need to keep the Wolf Priest here on the point, and I do need to keep this point safe. Meanwhile, the Intercessors here can probably play it safe for a turn, just hide out of line of sight here. But I think ultimately, if I want to be a little bit more aggressive and sort of ensure I can come back and play if I go for a little bit of a risky play, try and fire and duel out these the strike squad here, because I have 2 wounds, they have 1, so I have to start trying to whittle them down. With a little bit of luck, I can swing them, knock them off the point, and then maybe even get my intercessors to come out and swing and hold 2. So we'll see what we can do. Okay, so a little bit of luck swing for the Space Wolves again. The Wolfen did roll a 6 for their advance, which really get them into a solid position. The biggest part was really getting a solid wrap around here, so they can basically get within 6 inches of the Wolf Priest to support their assault coming up this turn. The Blood Claws moved up here, basically going to try and challenge Drago. We'll see what we can do over here. And we are going to play it a little bit aggressive. We're going to start dueling these Grey Knights over here. We can see what we do. Just because at the deficit, the points we're at, we're currently sitting at 14 points to 22. I really do have to make a bigger play if I do want to try and start clawing some of these points back by the end of the game at turn 6. So, Space Wolf shooting coming on up.
Did you say we're about to duel?
Someone would rather smite my characters than fight them in combat, so...
Fight you with my mind.
You're gonna sit on the couch. Alright, so we got 15 auto bolt rifle shots into the strike squad here. You know what? I will take that.
That's not a bad roll.
Can we get the dice to swing our way? Not really. We got 4 wounds.
4 2+.
That's right. You get 1 as well. I'll take 1.
Alright.
We will throw a crack grenade up here at Drago from this pack.
You will try.
You protect him with the storm shield for this one moment. Oh, he missed. And then the Wolfman are just gonna howl pretty angrily because they don't have guns. So we'll be back with some quick charges. All right, we're gonna kick things off. The Bloodclaws are there. They're gonna take the charge on Drago here.
All right, let's do it. Rerolling. So just the one. Nope.
Ooh, but no wounds. Ooh, the 8. We'll get us up.
Very nice. Your charge success rate this game has been impeccable.
Yeah, quite absurd. Now the Wolfen, we're charging the whole shebang over here. We got the Librarian, the Apothecary, good old Stern.
All right, so
and
Stern.
then the Beast Strike Squad.
You know, I'm just going to do Stern, the Librarian, at the same time.
Sure.
Apothecary does not have any guns on him.
Huh.
So we only have one, and it is a wound.
I'll take it on a Storm Shield because I need those full out cause alive. We are good.
Okay. And then the squad there, you said?
Yep.
There are 6s. Alright, so we got 1, 2. Alright, so we'll have 2 bolters and then 1 side cannon at -1.
Psy Cannon, Storm Shield. It's good. Storm Bolters. They're good.
Oh, good. There we
We're
go.
looking to power up. See what we can get. It is a 3. That is enough. Because I don't want to move him because he's just within 3. So what we'll do is we'll get Thunderhammer on these 2. Might as well base so we don't let you heroically intervene here at the end. We'll put you into the Strike Squad. I'm actually going to move him 3 down. I want another Thunderhammer in here. I'm going to move my 3 this way. And 3 this way. We're going to try and grab good old Stern here.
Alright.
I would have to move it a little. So I'm within 2, but I'm still within an inch here. And then I have my 2-inch coherency all the way around.
Wonderful.
We are good to go.
Alright.
Now, do I charge over here? No, that would be silly. Okay. There are no CP here.
No CP.
So let's see if we can bring down this. You know, he's a handsome beast at least. So we do have 4 attacks, Thunderhammers from the veteran pack leader here. Ooh, all hits. He doesn't even need the Wolf Priest here. Wounding here on 2s. 3 wounds.
Alright, here
no
we go.
rerolls available.
And he does drop the 1.
He's down to 1 wound. Can the pack leader finish him off? Hitting on 2s. Rerolling though because of the Wolf Priest. Wounding on 3s. That is 3 wounds.
Right.
AP 2.
Ooh, at AP2. Alright,
Yeah,
here we go.
power axe.
On the shields.
Oh,
That's big.
it is big. But if the pack leader does survive, that'll actually be equally big for me. If I can tank some stuff on the Storm Shield, just because then he can't fall back and charge onto my Wolf Priest. Okay, so, but now really the main event here. So, we are going to do the Thunderhammers, 2 Thunderhammers into this Apothecary, 1 Thunderhammer into Stern, 1 Thunderhammer to the Librarian, a Thunderhammer and the pack leader, or not, sorry, not the pack leader, but just one of the Frost Claws into the Strike Squad.
Okay.
So we'll do the Strike Squad here. We'll do 5 Frost Claws. Hitting on 2s, re-rolling. Wounding on 3s, re-rolling. Oh, there's 5 wounds at AP2.
Alright.
Can we blender this squad?
Alright, so we're looking at 5s.
Okay, 2 drops.
2.
Okay, Thunderhammer against the same squad.
Well,
Reroll the shoot because of the Wolf
now,
Priest.
we did this one at a time.
Well, you owe me 4 more saves at AP3.
I want to keep that guy. I'll take you out. 4 more saves at AP3.
That's correct.
Alright. Looking for 6s. You said 4?
Yes. There.
And that looks like the squad.
This big, you know, removing smites from the board definitely helps a lot. All right. Now we got 2 Wolfen into the Apothecary. Rerolling the 1s and 2s because of the Wolf Priest. Strength 10 here, so wounding on 2s. Ooh, that is 7 onto the Apothecary.
Alright, so he's going to be taking it on his 5+ save.
He almost did it. Almost did it, but takes 9 wounds, so
Very close.
he'll need his own hospital bed, I think, for that one.
The coronavirus strikes again.
Yeah, harvest his own gene seed. Alright, we got 1 Thunderhammer in the stern. Can we finish this clown? We do hit with everything. And we do wound with everything.
Alright.
4.
4 pluses.
Oh, it is just enough.
Very close. Just enough. And down goes Stern.
And we have 1 into the good old librarian. Oh, these Wolfen. They want blood. It is 3.
Alright. 3 4 pluses. Can we do it? No, we cannot.
And that is it.
That is it. Alright, so we'll get to fight back with Drago here.
And I am going to use my movement this way.
Drago will get 6 attacks. It's, we'll roll the 1. Okay. He's wounding on 2s. Alright, so you've got 5 at -4, sir.
Alright, I can make 3-ups too, so watch this. Oh. So close. So close. And you, don't forget, you do get 3-inch movement here, so.
That is correct.
Don't worry, I'll kill you with a pistol in
I'm
Overwatch.
assuming he's closer, right?
Well, both are this way though, so you can just move either way. Because any movement you do this way would be closer to either.
Yeah, this is a good point.
Yeah.
So we'll just call that 3 inches.
Alright.
Oakley dokley.
That's it for the end of the turn. I mean, could not have gone better over here. The Wolfen really started clearing out that side. We'll see if that Wolf Priest can hang on. I mean, a lot will ride on him surviving this turn.
That's true. Alright, going into Grey Knights. Turn 4. Alright, so movement phase. Basically, I moved Drago down. He'll be able to get a smite. The chaplain here also
he's
has
a
one
coward.
Be able to get a smite.
He's a coward.
Fortunately, I won't be able to get a smite from the Grandmaster, but he is within range to get some shots there, hopefully there. They stood still because they are within 12. They will be able to get a smite, and they will be able to get the no penalty for moving the heavy weapon. And that also finishes off my behind enemy lines. So we're going to go right into the psychic phase. We'll start off with a sanctuary. We're going to put sanctuary onto the chaplain here. So it's going to be cast from Drago. There. Gets it on a 9, so sanctuary goes there. And then he's going to smite.
This is where it counts.
This is where... Okay, it goes off. So there's 2. Chaplain here will also cast a smite there. Gravity dice, everybody.
He's afraid of the Wolf.
And another smite goes off. Very nice.
From where?
From the chaplain there too.
Can you even see?
The way I had it measured out, yes, he can. He can see, and he was within 12.
Alright, I'm just saying you're a coward.
Close, so then last smite there into the intercessor squad. And that is going to be my psychic phase. We will go ahead and move on to the shooting phase. So we'll go ahead and put, well, actually, yeah, you can see. We're going to shoot first the chaplain into priest there. He's not within Drago's roar anymore. Of course. Yep. Good. Alright, so here we go. Hitting on 3s, you roll at 1s. So I'll re-roll that 1. Take out the 2s. Okay. It's going to be 4s over 3s. So let's take those out. And then you're going to have 3 with no AP, those are the Gatling, and then you're going to have 4 at AP -2, and those are a flat 2.
I'd assume you would do those 4.
Yes.
Okay.
First.
Fail 3. Alright, just the sergeant.
Okay. And then you got the 3 regular shots.
Oh, yes. Easy.
And he nails them. Very nice. Alright. So then lastly, now, I believe that we still have line of sight into you. Yes, we do. Okay. So we'll go ahead and shoot the silencer first that didn't move. I'll take those out. Wounding on 4s. Okay, we got 2 with no AP.
You're good to go.
Alright, and now 3s. Alright, wounding on 4s. And we do it. That's not bad.
Not as good as this.
Ooh,
He's still alive.
Alive.
So you're lucky I'm out of CP, or this is going to be a lonely situation.
Here's where it gets risky. I'm going to go ahead. Drago's going to shoot there as well. Ooh. It's a good thing he has his own reroll.
Can Drago see with the big rock in the face, in a way?
I'm pretty sure he can see.
Oh.
I'm pretty sure he can't see him, everybody. So we're going to go ahead and shoot the priest in front of us.
Why are we shooting at the wolf priest?
Because you're a coward. But if we moved it that way, we'd be able to see.
Yeah, well, that's how they built Stonehenge. It was clever placement by me.
Very clever.
Noticing the layout of the terrain.
2 saves. No negative AP.
Easy. Boom.
All right. That's a big one right there.
Yeah. Okay. He's gonna come and kill some wees.
Charging.
This is where it happens. You only have 1 wound left on my
Drago will charge. He only has the 1 wound, and somebody's known to be really good with crack.
I mean,
Crack grenades.
This is the wolf priest on crack.
Almost.
4 hits, right? He's special.
That's exactly how it works. All right, and he does get in.
Because he's a coward.
I think that's the only charge that I have. All right, so we'll go ahead and go with Drago. It's gonna
Hold on. We're doing this right. We're facing
basing
off.
them. All right, and dual base. There we go. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Actually, I'm gonna go on this side of him
Is there a cow?
because I am a coward. And those things are scary. All right, so here we
I think
go.
you brought him a little closer, but I
Basing
want to play.
2s. You're rolling his 1s.
Ah, they're not rolling number 2.
All right, wounding on 2s. So you're gonna have all 6 at -4.
Oh yeah, watch this. All 4s. Oh, that's close.
Almost.
Close.
And
But
the
he's
Supreme Grandmaster is
The
there
coward.
to secure the day for the Grey Knights.
Yeah, but there's a bunch of really hairy men over here that is going to have something
Somebody
to
wants
say
some
about it. I think that's really it for the Grey Knight turn, isn't it?
That's it.
All right.
We can do.
Well, that is a kill. And that is
3,
hold
4,
more, and
and
that's
a
the
bonus.
bonus.
Yep.
So that is pretty much the nail in the coffin. So now the Space Wolves play for pride.
And to just kill Drago.
Yeah, because he's a coward.
He is the bravest of us all. Spent all his time in the warp. Yeah, what does he really do running that chapter? And what a nice job he must have. A lot of delegation going on.
Yeah, I don't know.
All right.
Do you think they just like telepath everyone? They don't have like send
That's it.
messages or notes?
That's great. That's
He just sits in his
exactly
chair. Hook me up to the computer. All right, so he'll tally up points. The points don't matter. Whose line is it anyway? Let's do it. So, you know, if I had 1 CP, definite lone wolf. Best stratagem in the whole game. All right, Wolfen, you've been bosses all game long. I need to see you get me a nice
Hey, by the way, I've been counting
advance
this
here.
wrong the entire time.
Yeah, I would imagine. A 4.
It's actually a 5.
It does give me 11 inches, and it doesn't look good for Drago over here.
Oh, yeah?
No, it looks, I'm gonna say, pretty bad. Hello. Abandon the point. All right. I don't think this rock is really going to come into play here. So I'm going to do some shooting here at your little 4-man coward squad.
We'll try. You have guns still?
Yeah. The intercessories. Hold on to 4. Look at that. Hits 3 times.
Oh, gosh, he's going to kill them now, isn't he?
And he is. Oh, I hate to warn you, but he also wounds twice. All right, fine. Save your rolls. Okay, well, let's do it. He's going to charge. So,
Is that, you sure you want to do
yeah.
that? Alright, okay. For glory.
Everyone
For
is
us.
seeking a saga. Go for
For
broke.
the Allfather.
Go for broke.
Go for broke.
In the face of
How
total
many guys
failure.
there?
Try anyway.
Alright. Looking for 6s. Can he do it? Just 2.
can you wound? Oh,
Just one.
Can wound once. It's not enough though. Woo. Give me the hot dice. Ooh, 4 will not do it. He didn't want to. He just wants to stand stoically.
He wants to just stand there and get shot at.
He just like kneels and is like,
Fire,
fire, kill me. All right, but the main event, which is not going to be an event, it's going to be him being totem poled into the ground by a whole bunch of thunderhammers. You know what I should do? I should just slap fight you and just surround you. Let you try and smite me like a coward and then just kill you on your turn.
I believe what that happens, that actually counts as d6 mortal wound to each individual wolfen when that falls.
Yeah, well, I'd shrug them off, so no big deal. All right, should we roll this? What would you like to be killed by? We'll do our
Back
power
does itch. Those claws look really good. Let me shoot some Overwatch first.
Oh, I'm sorry. You jumped the gun over there.
Nothing.
Exactly, I knew that would happen.
Those wolfen are looking for revenge.
Heed the pronounce cards, I knew that was going to happen already. Alright. 4. I'm going to thunderhammer you because this will be satisfying. 4. I've already lost count. 'Cause I've been looking
Now I feel like I could just take Drago off the board, but we're gonna make him roll this all out because I think he really wants that satisfaction, and I will not deny him satisfaction.
Watch him pass them all of them
Crazier things have happened in our games.
though. That is very true. But
I'm gonna roll them one at a time too.
do it. You'll fail the first one. 3, 6, 9, 12, 14 wounds.
All right, here we go.
Boom.
Or. And the wolfen send Drago back into the warp.
Spooky scary. Yeah, we're gonna consolidate because it matters. Coming for you next, Chappie. Alright. Do your worst.
Alrighty.
I hate to break it to you, that is a kill and a hold.
That is a kill and a hold. I think we're only gonna be able to get one. All right, so let's go. We'll go right into our turn.
Just smite him, you coward.
Oh, you know what? I won't even give you the satisfaction of that.
He's doing apocalypse now. He's just.
I think we can take you on glorious hand-to-hand combat.
Oh, now. Yeah, it's like, oh, yeah. Oh, you're gonna go fight a kindergarten class? Yeah, let's go fight him. Go in combat.
Hey, kindergartners can hurt.
World's most one-sided fights.
All right, so there really isn't much else that we're going to be doing realistically. We're going to sit tight here.
How many wolfen can you kill?
How many wolfen can we kill? We will find out.
Yeah.
Let us start off with, you know what? I do have an 8-inch move. And that can actually get me within this objective. Oh yeah. That, I believe, is within 12. Perfect. Because I am a coward.
Yeah, we know.
We'll do that. Alright, we'll go right into our psychic phase. Sanctuary will be cast on... No, we're going to cast on... it's out of range, so it's going to go on right there. That's it.
Oh.
One smite.
See, he needs to give lessons to the other guy. Ooh.
Can't really do anything about that, so... Takes one wound.
But that was a smite?
That was a smite.
Alright, I can't shrug these. I do shrug one, so I'll put that in Mr. Frostclaws. It probably won't be as useful because of Mr. Dreadnought.
Mr. Frostclaws, any relation to Santa Claus?
Yeah, a little bit hairy, a little bit meaner.
Okay.
But also, you know, they like the cold weather.
Chaplain will also smite.
Yeah,
And he gets it off.
of course. Now shrug. Boom! You coward.
Woo! Very nice.
Ah.
Alright, go into the shooting phase. Chaplain
Yeah,
first. All hits. 2 wounds.
Alright, one does go through.
Alright.
But, nope, it's not yours. So that is one wolf and slain.
Alright. Going into the shooting phase here. Threes and 3 rerolling ones.
This is all in him, right?
Here to there.
No, it's all in him, right?
Uh,
I don't know, he didn't declare it, so I just assumed you'd be shooting at him.
Did it? Is that? You didn't get my telepathic message. You must not have the same psychic abilities that we have.
Space wolves aren't really known for the brains, so.
They were known for the hair and Wolfen. Wolfen. Do not underestimate Wolfen.
Yeah. Especially when your opponent's not failing their charges.
Alright, so we have... There you go. 1 at -2 with Inside Cannon.
Storm Shield.
Damage. Flat 2.
Feel no pain. Ignores
So
both.
Then you got 4 with no AP. The Gatling Silencer.
Storm Shields. Fail 2.
Alright, so it's going to be...
First one.
3 damage.
Just 2. Kills 1 anyway.
Second one, 2 damage.
Kill 1. 1's on 1.
Alright.
So, blah. That guy was ugly anyway.
Strangely enough, these strikes are actually in range. So they'll take some shots there.
Alright.
So,
You can see one guy.
can still see him.
Damn, I should have removed that one guy.
You only see that one guy.
The tactical rock. We airdropped it for cover.
Alrighty, there we go. 3s and 4s.
Ooh, caught between a rock and a hard place.
Whoa! Alrighty, let's see what we got here. Okay. And
Tap the side cannon to gold.
all 4 of them. Side cannons are on the gold.
Alright.
So 3 side cannon, 1 bolter shot.
Okay, you probably do the bolter shots first because there's one guy. He fails. Fails no pain though. And then 3 makes him up.
Alright, and that's it. We will now declare charges. We'll go ahead and declare a charge there.
Alright, because I'm bold, we're gonna throw a frag grenade at you.
Ooh, okay.
At your feet. Oh, no. He drops it at his own feet. Oh, it misses.
There you go.
Alright then, fine.
So how many do I have there?
You have 4.
4. Okay.
You probably have to roll the charge.
Nah, we're just gonna make it.
I think double 1 still got you in though, but
Yeah. Okay. And then you
don't try any sly mind tricks on me.
1, 2, 3. For kicks and giggles, and he has first to the fray.
You look at it and put their BS5 grenade launchers on there.
It's gonna be a 9. All right.
Can you do it?
Here we go. First to the fray. Nope. Let's try it again. Oh, I really didn't like the.
He doesn't like that. That rock didn't really.
No,
help you.
unfortunately, we can't get the Grandmaster.
Ah, so the honor is mine on turn
The honor
6.
will be yours. Okay, so then we'll just go ahead and do that right there.
Yeah.
2 attacks each. Right there. Alright. Swing on 3s. All hits. Swinging on 3s for halberds. So you're gonna have 1, 2, 3, 4 at -2.
Crazy things happen. This is your chance to earn a name in your saga. Oh, not
Almost.
quite enough. He goes down. Down like a hero.
Alright, and that's the end of Grey Knight's turn 5.
Yeah.
So we do score 1 kill.
1 kill.
Yep.
No bonus this turn.
No bonus, but we do hold and hold more.
Yes.
Alright. And we can quickly finish it off.
Yeah, pretty much. Alright, so I think we basically go for glory.
Yeah, for kicks and
3 up
giggles.
invul, we're just, you know, because if we can rack up the kill count for the wolf in this game, yeah, that's a win here.
More
So they're going to advance. Nah, it's pretty much enough.
Realistically, the Wolfman could probably just table what's left.
We could go for the chaplain over there. You know, secure that kill, but we want the big game here. All right, so we will charge you.
Alrighty. Because he is a coward, obviously, we will take our Overwatch.
Yeah, sure, take it after.
We can reroll 1s.
Overwatching these guys has been quite painful.
So what do we got there? 3?
Yeah, not too bad.
That's 2. So you got 1 at -1 and 1 with no AP.
-1. Minus no AP.
Okay.
Say both.
Good.
Okay, and they go enough to basically get on the objective. Hey. All right, just some Thunderhammer attacks. Can we get this man? 16 Thunderhammers doing the work. Seven. Nope. I'm sorry. 6.
All right, 6. Here we go. 6 pluses. Roll that 1 there. All right, so I take 2.
6 damage.
That's 6 damage. So that takes me down to 5, which I believe is my middle bracket, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah. But interestingly, you don't really degrade in combat, which is kind of nice.
Attacks. Right. And we will attack back. So we are now 5 attacks. Still hitting on 2s. Rerolling the 1s. You got 4. Alright, so you'll have 4 minus 3.
I fail a mighty 3 of them, looks like.
Right, so
First one. Oh, watch this.
flat 6.
Man, too bad you didn't take that +1 damage warlord trait. Alright, well that guy's super dead.
Second one. 3.
Oh, I can do this. I actually kind of want them all to die. No, he's dead.
Alright. Oh,
Well, just the one. And that one gets again. So 2 are dead. Alright,
And the last one.
Blondie and Brownie here. 3. Oh, yeah.
Ooh,
Whoa.
like a boss. Well, that's it, I think, right?
Yeah. So, however, those wolfen fight on death.
That they do.
That was my master plan. I'll kill him by dying.
So obviously, if we were playing for real,
Oh no! Only 2 more, but you could fail both.
you could fail both. Here we go.
Hey! Oh.
We do fail 1. That brings us down to 2.
Brave wolfen, let's see what they do here. They did. Oh, they show no fear. Okay, they don't know any fear. They're okay.
All right.
That is it.
That's it. Essentially, Grey Knights will not really do much more, but maybe just swing back. So,
Oh, finally not smiting, huh? Final combat.
you know what? 1 smite. I think that's good. We just do 1 smite just because
You.
that leaves us 1-on-1.
Alright, watch, I'm gonna ignore these. I don't care. Damn it. That does kill him.
That does kill him.
The wolfen only fight back in the fight phase, unfortunately, so no
All right,
smites
so
here.
here we go. Hitting on 2s or rolling 1s. I'll hit swinging on 2s.
I could bring you down with me.
Here you go.
3.
That would be very poetic.
Yeah. But he storm shields him.
Like a boss.
Uh-oh, you might not get a kill this turn. Hate to warn you. I did not know with no charges, so just 3 attacks. But I do get 2 hits. I do get 2 wounds.
Very important that we nail these. Here we go.
Yeah, I will point out that you didn't take time to cast your phone bomb. Damn.
And that'll be the end of the
that is game.
That's right.
Well played, sir.
Great game, Brian. And we will be back with the recap.
Woo! What a game.
Woo! What a game. And it is 4-13, everyone. Finally managed to finish that battle report. Brian, thanks for an awesome game.
Yeah, it was a ton of fun.
It was a great game. End up score ended up being 34 or 32 to 19. I can't see what that is there. What does that say?
Yeah, 34 to 19.
34 to 19. But the score doesn't tell the game. I think you all have watched it. It was really close. It was really back and forth. And I think it really highlighted the importance of going second.
Yeah, particularly in this matchup, you know, when you have 2 armies that are focusing really on trying to stay off the board, really counter deploy with the ability to deep strike, you know, going first really puts you sort of in a tough spot. So, you know, I think I took it as like, you know what, I have to be really aggressive. And then your paladins being out of position at the end of turn 1, at the start of my turn 2, you know, it's one of those interesting decision points where you're like, well, they're out of position. Do I go for it?
Absolutely.
And I think I put everything on the line, tried to do it, and I rolled amazingly well for those charges.
Yeah, I think you're like at 90%. You got an A. You got an A for your charges this game.
Yeah. So I think it's really interesting though, because you see a Grey Knight list and you think, oh, the Paladins are really a big problem in the list. And I think there's a hidden power in that's more evenly distributed throughout the list, because you saw how all the strikes was, how all those smites, especially the numerous characters just throwing out 2 damage smites, really just ate away my screen. I mean, I got incredibly lucky with all those denies too. Everything sort of went as I needed.
Everything came up Millhouse for you from your game plan. You wanted to deny, you kept me in my one tide of escalation, and I just had to go with it. You know, sometimes the dice go your way. I think if we watch this back, I probably had a couple of rolls not go my way throughout this game. But to your point, I think it does show you can claw back into a game if you stick with it. I did make some pretty big mistakes. That Paladin bomb was exposed. The thought there was, if I can screen out the Paladins and then use those characters to smite out the Wolfen.
Which is a tough part with Grey Knights, because you start with very little on the board.
Right. But, you know, at the end of the day, it did make me overextend. Also on this side, when I saw you committed the Reavers, because I did overextend with Drago and the Chaplain as well to try to hold this objective. And so, for my opinion, I do think that was a mistake on my part. But fortunately enough, like you said, I had enough characters, I had enough smites to be able to get me back into the game. And ultimately going second allowed me to just get that one extra kill that I needed. Allowed me to get the bonus, three times, which was huge. That kept me in the game.
A lot of mobility there. I mean, and so you did, I mean, really, you played the mission very, very well. I think a lot of players would have seen something like the Space Wolf make all those charges and just like, oh, I can't do anything. I'm going back this game. So it's a really impressive
Play the mission.
crawling back. Yeah.
I mean, you saw at the end of the game, there was basically 3 models on the table here.
Yeah, I think the big takeaway for me, so one of the hard parts, especially the more you commit to a melee army, is you get that bloodlust, right? I have to go in, I have to fight, I have to do my thing. But I mean, you saw just how few Wolfen surviving were clearing the board. And I think the correct play was, the Paladins were overexposed. But when I made those assaults, it was really dicey getting my characters the screening protection that I knew they would need. Right. I kind of had to throw them out there. You know, I was like, oh, Blood Claw squad is protecting him, but I mean, 2 damage smites are just going to go through that like nothing. So the correct play really was probably be patient. Hang back that turn to focus on killing the Nemesis Dread Knight that was sort of just stuck in combat with an Impulsor that it was not able to kill. You know, I would get, realistically, I had a good chance of getting my my Warlord another kill, getting another Bound for Glory point. I'd be behind the crates, so I'm then forcing you to astral aim or spend a lot more resources kind of getting around to me. And then really keeping those characters alive. If I'd kept them active more throughout the game, I would have been able to deal with getting around to the difference points. Because part of the trouble with not having a lot of shooting in this, and one reason why I say like even melee armies need some shooting presence, is you kind of have to chase things around the board. And the lack of mobility, or the lack of being able to affect things through range really just is hard really stopping you from going around and getting hold more and all that.
That's one of the things that Grey Knights do very well. They play and interact in every phase of the game. Dominant, maybe not this game, but usually dominant in the psychic phase. Really good movement with the ability to gate all over the place, to come down on deep strike. Strong in the shooting phase. Yes, I think one of the things that people out there should take advantage of is the range. Grey Knights are stuck with 24 inch for most of their guns. So if you can find a way to outrange them and really whittle them down, the Paladins, the Interceptors, the things that are really going to hurt, I think that's going to be to your advantage. And then they're also pretty strong in combat as well. So that really goes well for them. And from my perspective, so I had one play, and I thought that it was very critical that if I could get those 2 kills on the Wolf Lord and the Battle Leader, that I might have a shot at the game. And when you denied my ability to shoot in the psychic phase, I thought it was over. But then I thought, okay, so maybe I change it. Instead of killing the screen out with smite, or killing it with shooting and then smite you out, let's do that reverse, right? So let's smite out the screen. And maybe I just had enough firepower. I think it was just enough to kill both the Battle Leader and the Wolf.
I mean, because again, that turn 2 assault really put my 2 main chess pieces, right? My 2 queens basically out on the battlefield, and not really in a safe spot. So maybe, I mean, one thing you have to learn to read as melee is like, you gotta learn to take the losses on the chin, because I mean, if those 2, the Wolf Lord and the Battle Leader, was alive, with the ability to kind of range around, they'll do a lot of damage. And the thinner the battlefield gets, just their effectiveness just gets exponentially higher.
All right. Anything? Any last thoughts?
No, I mean, one thing I'd really like to see in a Great Knight list actually is, a lot of people do the double strike battalion. We were talking a little bit before with the mobility and the ability to shift, maybe a strike and interceptors, but and within an outrider, because if you bring on 3 strike squads, 3 interceptors, the following turn, those 3 interceptors can also shunt to somewhere else on the field, and that mobility is just absolutely killer.
That's very nice.
And then, I'm looking forward for Psychic Awakening. I got some more Wolfen on the bench. We'll kind of beef them up, and we'll optimize the list a little bit. We were bringing some of our fun stuff today, so.
I mean, I think you can see just how powerful Wolfen can be.
Oh, yeah.
They essentially single-handedly had wiped out this entire army.
Yeah.
Psychic Awakening is going to do numbers for Space Wolves. And I think you just showed how competitive you can play a Space Wolves army without doctrines, without all the goodies that the rest of the chapters get. But
are there ways around it, like you saw? I mean, things like Thunderfires do give them a lot of big problems, but I mean, if you outflank, the Blood Claws are a really nice tool because, I mean, I got really lucky this game, but usually if I'm setting it up where I'm getting rerolls on the Blood Claws, and if I can trigger a 3d6 charge, and then it's like, if they don't make it in, I can get something in to tie something up and really buy the time, because really chewing through that many Wolfen is actually really hard.
It is very difficult. All right, well, Brian, thanks again for a great game.
Yeah, absolutely.
Appreciate it, everyone. If you like this video, please hit like, subscribe. Feel free to check out some of our previous content. We put out regular content on our website, as well as our social platforms. Check us out at grimdarkfilthycasuals.com, grimdarkfilthycasuals on Twitter, or on Instagram and Facebook, and at GDFilthyCasuals on Twitter.
Yeah, and don't forget, comment below or let us know what you like, what you dislike, or
and all the mistakes that we made with rules, please. Again, at this point, it's about 4:20. I'm sure we could have been tighter, but at that end, we were just having a lot of fun.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, thanks everyone. Bye. Thanks for watching our video. Give us a like or leave us a comment below with your thoughts and feedback. If you missed our last video, click here. Or if you're looking for some of our other content, click here.
And be sure to subscribe and check out the link below.
We'll see you on the battlefield.
Make it so.